All right, everyone. Hope you're all doing good today. Hope you're all doing well. It's time for another episode of Speedruns from the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. I'm your host, Dices, and this week we do have some fun games in store for you. For each of those, I do have a couple announcements for upcoming GDQ stuff. For one, we have Juneteenth coming up with Black in a Flash's summer speedrunning celebration. Juneteenth is coming to the GDQ channel. June 19th to the 22nd. You can type exclamation mark Juneteenth in chat for the full schedule or visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can get involved with the Black in a Flash community. You can also follow their new Blue Sky page at blackinaflash.bsky.social to stay connected. Anyway, for today's runs, I thought it would be a fun time in the summer coming up to kind of take a trip to the movies. Movies are always fun, right? There's plenty of fun horror movies. However, obviously when it comes to movie games, they tend to be more on the questionable side of things. So today is going to be filled with, let's say, questionable movie games. To start things off, we're going to be having Ju-On the Grudge, any percent, with Juors. Take it away.
Hi. Hi, my name is George Horse. We have 2 copies of Ju-On the Grudge. Ooh. I can't believe Ek wants me to run this game again. This has been like a 2-year tradition now. I ran this game back in 2023. The first time I ran this game was back in 2021. It's 2025 now. Why do you ask me to run this game?
I like this game.
You like this game? All right. Yeah, this game is a haunted house simulator. So basically, you just go into this game. Oh, haunted house simulator! A lot of scares. It's slow paced. It's a speed run, I guess. That's what I could say. It's a speed run. Yeah, you just go in. Well, what is it made by again? It's made by Fuel Plus and what? XC. That's the one. Yeah. So XC made this game. Fuel Plus was like, hey, we're gonna publish this, I guess. Oh no, I think it's the other way around. Whatever. But yeah, it follows the story of 4 family members where they. I finally learned about the lore for this game. Yeah, it follows 4 family members. We'll get to that like pretty soon. But we are going to be starting off with picking our zodiac and our our gender. It doesn't do anything at all, so we're just gonna do that immediately, and then yeah, I guess time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So I am holding down the what is it? The B button. I guess this is not gonna be as exciting as the Halo run. I will say this: if you have watched the Halo Combat Evolved run like just now, this is not gonna be as exciting. Maybe probably it's gonna be exciting for like I don't know, maybe for some people, but like yeah, we follow 4 family members. This is the first family member that we actually follow, which is Erica. Erica is like the main protagonist of the whole game. Oh, there we go. We got Toshio as well. So yeah, if you know about the Ju-On movies, there's 2 like main characters for like the Ju-On movies, which are Toshio. Is it Toshio or Hoshio? Toshio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kayako, which is the mother. So these 2 are actually haunting this family that actually moved into the house that is cursed by them. Yeah, like I said, I finally learned the lore with this game, because the whole time when I actually speedrun this game on Speedruns from the Crypt, I have never talked about the lore. But yeah, the premise of this game is just to go into one place and then you just die. That's it. But hey, wait, jump scare! There you go. Or like, Toshio being Toshio just being ghostly and all. But yeah, you really like hold down the B button of the Wiimote, and then you guide with the sensor on the sensor bar, and you walk like what I don't know, like 1 kilometer per hour. That's what it is. All right, this is our first jump scare of the game, like first real jump scare. Oh no, we got grabbed. There you go. We get to see Kayako for a bit. And then we are gonna go through the door. There you go. Cool. I can't see. There you go. This game is like super dark on my screen, so I usually have to look at my OBS monitor or like my the stream monitor for me to actually see. Oh no, jump scare again. Oh. So since this game is a haunted house simulator, a lot of these jump scares are gonna be like very, very. It's pretty much the same, I would say. Like, except for this one. There you go. We got the random jump scare. That is the only random jump scare that you get in the game, unless you actually play with a friend. You can actually play this game with a friend. It's called the Courage Test, which oh no, god dang it. The Courage Test allows you to have like another controller for you to like give it to a friend, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna like mess around. We're gonna press the button so that you could get a reaction. But yeah, there's that. I should actually talk about where we are right now, because I have not talked about where we are right now. We are in an abandoned factory that Erica was trying to find her dog. Her dog ran all the way into this abandoned factory and was like, "Hey, I wanna look at stuff." And now we are in the abandoned factory. I don't know how dark it is in for the viewers on stream, but hopefully it's not as dark as I'm looking at it right now, because like right in front of me there's stairs. I couldn't see the stairs at all.
Something that should also be mentioned, some fun thing about this game, so this might be a speed run, but this is like the maximum speed at which the game goes.
Yes.
They don't really move at any sense of urgency, and they, I don't even know if I'd call this walking, like, it's like, yeah, there's a word for it, like drudging along, I guess, maybe like dragging their feet.
Strolling.
It's not even a stroll. A stroll would be like at least leisurely, right? Like they might get somewhere.
Okay, that's true. That is true.
It's like they tied cement blocks to their feet and like are trying to move, but it's not really working.
But oh yeah, we are at the elevator that we have to escape, but no, we can't really escape. All right. We hear a crash and we are like, oh no, I'm scared. I'm gonna try to get this key. There we go. So a lot of the times in this game is gonna be like going from A to B. There are some skips in this game, which is like, oh, thank God there are some skips. But most of the skips are just the skip, like cutscenes or scares or those kind of stuff. Because hey, you know what? We can try to cut down time. But yeah, I got the key from a key from near the elevator doors, and then we are gonna be going down and then figuring stuff out again. But yeah, this game requires you to figure a lot of stuff out. There is kind of like an internal timer, which is from the batteries from the bottom left. If the batteries run out, yeah, you die and you have to restart the whole level all over again. There are 4 levels in total for any percent. True ending requires you to actually collect all collectibles in this game, and then you can go to the cursed house. And yeah, the cursed house is actually the house that Erica's family actually moved in. Erica, as in like the character that we are playing as at the moment. But yeah, we are going to be playing as like 4 different characters along the way as well. Later on, we'll be playing as the mother, the brother, and then the father. Alright, we got a power switch. And then we are gonna be getting out of here. Yeah, this is the last thing that I had to do before I, how you say, like, free myself from surely the nightmare. So there's that. Oh yeah, we also got a phone call pretty soon. Phone call. Wow. Not the first time I heard that. Alright. We are scared right now. We are surely scared. Move this side. There you go. I feel like the sensitivity for the how you say the sensor is quite. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. I like to keep a distance to myself. It's not even like the distance that I'm at the moment from my sensor bar to the Wiimote usually is not that near, but because I guess I blame McDices. He wanted me to show the camera and like how I play the Wii, how I play my Wiimote. So there's that. So, yeah. There was a power switch. I used the power switch for the generator, and then we are done. We are almost done. We just have to slowly climb up once again towards the elevator doors, and then we can get out of here. Surely, surely.
May
But
actually
yeah,
be our first speedrun skip of the game too.
yeah. So like I said, every single person in this game dies, except for Erica. I'm gonna spoil this a bit. If you ever collect all the collectibles in this game, you go to the cursed house and then you play as Erica one more time. Because Doggy and her goes back. Oh yeah, jump scare. There you go. Doggy and her goes back home by escaping from the warehouse, which we are gonna be doing right now. All right, do not go forward. There we go. That's the speedrun skip. If you go forward, there's gonna be another like jump scare, and it's not good. It wastes a lot of time. I didn't know about it until like years later, so there's that. But yeah, that's a skip, and we
A
are
very
ending it
difficult
off.
speedrun skip.
Very difficult, surely. We are ending it off right here. Oh, hey, the dog is back. See the dog that I talked about because I skipped the cutscene in the beginning of it. But yeah, there's a dog. We are trying to get out of here, and then oh no, what's happening? This is scary. Oh no. End. So that's one scenario done. Now we actually get to play with Erica's family members afterwards. Next one is gonna be the mom. And the mom's name is called Miki. She's in the abandoned hospital. So the mom actually wakes up in an abandoned hospital. And she doesn't know why she's in this abandoned hospital, so she's trying to figure out where is she gonna escape from. This is the longest episode in the game. Or in the speedrun, I guess I would say. Because there's gotta be a lot of like you just go everywhere. They just point you to where you have to go, and you have to go everywhere at this point. Alright, so before I actually embark on my journey, my 1 kilometer journey, I had to take this flashlight right here. It's a spare battery that I had to take before, anything else. Because, like I said, if I were to not have the spare battery, I die, and you have to restart the whole game all over again. So, the premise of this is that, like, if you run out of your battery, you die. If you miss the quick time event, you also die. Both of those will guarantee you that you have to restart the whole game all over again, or restart the whole episode all over again, which I do not want to do that. If I like die in like 11 minutes into this run, we're gonna be 11 minutes overestimate. But I'm gonna hope to not be 11 minutes overestimate at hopefully, I would say. But yeah, I went to that room. That room supposedly has someone on there. I had to rub the bed with my flashlight, and then bada bing, bada boom. Oh yeah, another speedrun skip. Yeah, I forgot about that. So there was another speedrun skip that I did. So I used the flashlight to rub the flashlight on the bed. And then if you turn around as quickly as possible, you don't get a jump scare, which is a good thing because it skips like a buttload of time. I think it's about like you skip about like 30 seconds on that particular one. which is scary. Oh yeah, the TV that gives you a lot of flashbacks, tells you, oh my god, you're gonna go there. You've been there before. Later on, you go there as well. So there's that. Can I turn? There you go. That's the turning I wanted. All right, 305. Oh my god, there's hair on the door, near the door. Oh, so do you guys like cats? I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the chat loves cats, right? You guys love cats? Hey, there's a cat right there. Hey, there's another cat right here. Toshio being Toshio. Of course. Alright. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Right now, I have to go back to the telephone. That's about it, yeah. But yeah, going back to the lore of the game, I don't know if I actually did explain the lore of the game. Erica and her family actually moved into the cursed house where Toshio and Kayako actually like live in. So they got cursed by both of them, and now they hunt them. So they are after they are after for blood, I guess. So Toshio and Kayako just really want to kill them. And this is the product right now. Alright, this is the only collectible that we actually get in the game. There are no other collectibles because this is a mandatory collectible that you actually get. Because you get to see Toshio running around like that. Yippee! He's running, he's happy. Look how happy he is. Just running around on the like around the table. Alright. So yeah, that's the scribble fragment. If you were to collect like all the fragments or like all the collectibles, yeah, you just unlock the extra episode in this game, which is the Cursed House, which we are not going to be playing, I guess. The all collectibles is actually really like tedious, I would say. There is one portion of the game, if you were to try to go for true ending, that is very time constrained. You would have to like go through a hallway like 4 times, and it's like 4-5 minutes, and it sucks. It sucks total wise because like, you know, you're walking at 1 kilometer per hour. That's how it is. All right, go to this door. There is gonna be someone who's gonna be meeting us right now. Who is it? Oh my god! It's Kayako! There you go. Alright. Let's see if I could actually turn towards the door. There you go. Cool, nice movement. Very good movement, I guess. Because all I had to do was point the Wiimote on my sensor bar. Oh yeah, you also can see me like flick my controller like several amount of times. If I were to like shake my controller, it actually does like a 180. That's actual tech, I guess. I don't know. It's not really speed tech, but it's actual tech that you have to like shake your Wiimote, and it flips you 180, and it's good. All right, so we go all the way down to the basement. Grab a key. Grab actually a key, and that's about it. I was about to say like grab a key and grab another fragment, but we don't grab another fragment. This is not 100%, or this is not all collectibles. All right. I'm pretty sure that this is the door. I'm pretty sure this is basement. It should show hair. Okay, cool. Oh my god. I can speak! I only slept for an hour and a half! Turn, thank you. Yeah, I only slept for an hour and a half. You can totally tell, like, it's morning. I live on the other side of the world. And it's morning here. How dare you, Igdices, making me run a dark and horror-like game at what? I don't know, 10 a.m.
Happens.
It happens. All right. We're gonna go to the morgue. What is spooky in the morgue? So yeah, this is the hallway that I'm talking about. So basically, you have to like, if you were to go to like all collectibles, if you were to try to go all collectibles, there you go. I was about to say, please don't turn around like that. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay. If you were to like do all collectibles for this game, you would have to walk through this hallway like 4 times. But in any percent, we are gonna be doing it like twice, and that's about it. So we just have to walk through the hallway. I walk a lonely road. What would you like to talk about, Mr. Dices?
Juon.
Juon, Mr. Dices has spoken. Alright, stretcher. We get to the door. What is at the door? Oh no!
You know what? A good question. Have you seen the Juon movies?
I surprisingly have not! Because I am lazy! I keep hearing about the Juon movies and such. Like even Juon, even like Juon versus the Ring or whatever it is. I have never seen any of the Juon movies, unfortunately. But hey, we got Toshio. And his ball, I guess. Where are we gonna get his ball? His ball, there we go. Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just like really lazy, so I just don't watch any movies.
I mean, it's really lazy to not watch a movie.
Why would I want to watch movies to waste time sometimes? Where I can.
I wouldn't call it lazy. You're just not watching a movie.
Okay, fine. I don't know. Maybe no interest. There you go. All right, we got the hair tentacle monster that's gonna come up. All right, let me fight this hair tentacle monster. Oh my god! Look at that. Oh my god!
She's like
hopefully
flashlight or like.
It's like fencing, you know, sparring.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Thankfully, I did not miss every single one of that quick time event. If I were to miss, yep, that's death. Like I said, if I were to die 11 minutes into this episode, that's it. It's so over. It's so jover. There you go. But yeah. We are going up to the rooftop, and then that's the final part of the episode as well. Another speedrun skip as well, because, you know, we love our speedrun skips. So, up to the roof. Here we go. There you go. So, you're gonna see a man right in front of me. We're just gonna say no and walk right behind. There you go. So, if you were to walk forward towards the man, there is gonna be a cutscene, and we don't want to watch the cutscene, so we are just gonna be going through the door like so. And then there's a stretcher. It goes all the way down. All right, this is gonna be the most dramatic cutscene in this game. In the whole game, this is gonna be like really dramatic. So we get Toshio right here. Alright, we get scared. He's gonna push us. But it's like the lightest push we could get. Oh no! We are tripping! Alright, that is it. He just gives you like the lightest push. And then you go dramatically just like, oh my god, I'm about to fall! And then you just don't fall. But think again. You're gonna fall. Because Kayako was like, hey, my son tried to push you down and you did not die. Well, I'm gonna do that to you and you die.
kind of funny because like if you die the wrong way, it's an immediate game over, and you go all the way back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, God, it sucks so bad that like, oh yeah, there's no checkpoints in this game. So the whole time is just mostly trial and error. So even if you have like no battery left, the game is just giving you trial and error. They just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna not give you checkpoints, and then we're just gonna let you figure out where to go, what to do, and such. Also, for those who are wondering about what I get at the end of the game or at the end of the episode, basically there are like 2 meters. There's a scare meter and a sissy meter. The higher your scare meter, the faster you are in this game. I don't know why. I don't know why they program it like that. What does it mean when you have more scare meter because you just go through the game fast? But anyways, we are at the derelict apartment. We are playing as Kenji. Ken? Yeah, Ken. So this is the brother of Erica, the first main character of the game. So yeah, we are playing as Ken, and his job is to deliver a package to this derelict apartment. He is a postman, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god, a doll. Yeah, he's a postman that like he's supposed to like deliver packages to this derelict apartment, but it's like super abandoned. So he's trying to figure out what's happening in this abandoned derelict apartment. We're gonna see our favorite duo once again because you know we have the duo, the mom-son duo. We are going up the stairs ever so slowly, even though if this is a speed run. Honestly, coming up, there's gonna be a lot of better games than this. So, you know,
Well,
stay
actually,
tuned.
about that, I mean, today's theme is bad movie night.
No! No! You're telling me from dusk to dawn
Actually,
and
you know the saddest part is? See,
Mhm.
I love saying this, but I hate saying this. And obviously, no offense to the runners at all here, right? I think everyone knows what kind of games they're playing. I think this is actually the best game that was on the Kryptonite. I know the other 2 games. They are worse.
Uh,
They are worse than it.
Not even Kong? Excuse me? Kong is a lot better. I'm gonna
People
say this
ranked
right now.
Skull
Kong is a lot
Island
better.
Rise of Kong as the worst game of 2024?
No! No,
Or is it 2023?
2023. Yeah. Alright, we get...
Sorry,
Yeah. So the package is haunted. Oh my god. This is scary. We throw the package away. What's gonna happen? Ninja smoke. And she comes out. It's Kayako from the package. And we had to do quick time events once again. This is fun. This is training for me, actually. Like, if you guys do not know, this is like training for my... Yeah, so I'm jerking my Wiimote
What, are
because...
you gonna get attacked by ghosts?
No. Because SGDQ. I'm gonna be running Rosa Camellia, and I had to have the right arm stamina for my run of Rosa Camellia.
For anyone who doesn't know, Rose of Camellia, it's a game that you slap each other. I think it's women slapping each other.
Yes. But yeah, I'll be running that game on SGDQ in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. So it's like I said, it's like training for my right arm at the moment. So there's that. Anyways, we got out of the derelict apartment. We got a key, and then we are just getting the heck out of there. We saw the box, and then we said, "What the hell? What the helly? What the helly? What the heliante?" And then yeah, we just get out of here. All right, I need to get another battery right here because this is the other battery that I need to get. You may see that my battery right now is actually running out right now, and I don't want to die. I don't want to suffer in this game, so I am just picking up a battery. Also, that's like the wettest sound I could ever hear in this game. The ball made like the wettest sound. I don't like that, but sure.
It's a wet ball.
It is a wet ball. Anyways, the other derelict apartment. We got another key to go. Oh wait, I was about to say, like, I don't understand why he didn't want to escape, but well, if you heard the crash in the earlier part of the game, yeah, that crash is from the I don't know, the scaffoldings, and it crashed all the way down, so it blocked the way from you escaping because Kayako's like, I want you to die here, and then we are like, oh my god, I want to escape.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
we got a key.
Someone brought it up in chat about the box art for this game.
Oh yes!
So, for anyone who doesn't know, you can look it up right now. Like, you go on Google, look up images. Ju-on the Grudge has 3 different box arts. You have the Japanese box art, which is it's okay. Like, it's not bad. You have the American box art, which is surprisingly the best one. It looks like what you expect Ju-on to look like. But then you have the European box art, or the PAL box art. And it doesn't look at all matching. It looks like if you had the best I can describe it is imagine you go to like a coffee shop and then they have those indie albums like right next to the cash register, and it's like coffee shop indie like album cover. Like you see it on the camera right there. It's just what is that?
I love it. I love it so much. It's just like she's just shocked. I don't know if you could see it like clearly, but she's like super shocked, as you can
So
tell.
I remember, is this room just waiting? I thought you had to like walk around.
No, you just have to wait at the door.
Huh.
Because you just have to go inside here.
Yeah, but I thought you had to like walk around the room to trigger it. That actually is hey, you learned something new.
No. You just have to like walk towards the door and then that's about it. And then you just see Toshio. Oh yeah, here's a new mechanic right here. You have to aim the Wiimote at the circle. I think this is the part where like if people are like super scared, like they just do this, like they shake the Wiimote all around, like they're shivering, quivering. Alright, get me a girl that rolls her eyes like that, please, thanks. I can't believe Kayako rolled her eyes like that. Anyways. We're free! I love this part of the game. This part of the game is so dramatic, but like, goddamn. He trespassed into someone's house and now their house is ruined. Well, I guess it's abandoned, so good luck to their house. Spooky. Spooky garbage bag. Right there. Alright, we are about to end off the remaining part of this episode. We get to see Kayako and Toshio once again in this episode. I think this might be the shortest episode. I'm not too sure. I don't know how short this episode is, honestly. But yeah, there are like 4 episodes that we play, and the second one is like the longest, like 13-ish minutes. But yeah. Oh my god! He meowed at me right in front of my face. And now we run. But hey, this is not all. Oh my god! She's here! Alright. Spider Kayako. That's it. Alright, we are free! Surely, right? We are free! Look behind you, there's no one! Yippee! We are so free! Alright. Totally, we're not gonna die, right? Never mind, we died. And Kenji, the brother, died. Alright, so we have one more episode, which is the father. The father is Hiroshi, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Hiro. And we are gonna go to the security guard's office or whatever it's called. So Erica's dad is a security officer and he does overnight shift, and then all of a sudden, I think the lights went out, so he wanted to go check on the power box that is running the whole office. See, they give you a map as well. Wow, good game. They actually give you a map. Alright, here comes skipping of cutscenes as well. So, fun fact, if you were to play this game for the first time, you can't really skip all the cutscenes. If you were to play this game a second time, while deleting the data file, you can actually skip the cutscenes by just pressing, by pressing plus on your Wiimote. So there's a little trick for you if you ever get this game, which this game is... How much is this game right now? This game is like $200 now. I think it's about $200 now, $250. Someone could actually check it out on like eBay or Amazon or wherever, but like this game is way expensive than the last time that I actually bought it. I bought this game for $15 because some guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell this game for $15." And then I reassured him like 3 times, asking him, "Is it actually $15?" And then he said yes. And then I took it. I took the deal. I don't know if I scammed him or not, but I took the deal. It was absolute cinema when I took it. All right. For this particular episode or scenario, we are gonna be grabbing some memos. Also, I'm gonna look up right here. This is for me to actually skip one of the cutscenes in this game. So if you were to look up, you don't see the cutscene of Kayako just walking by. If you were to look straight ahead, Kayako is gonna walk by, and yeah, that's gonna waste like about like 10-15 seconds. We do not want that, so we are just looking up instead. Alright, we are gonna go into this room right here. There is another battery that I need to get. There is another battery that I would love to get, but because, you know, marathon safe, event safe, hair. Here we go. I'm gonna grab the battery from here. All right, dark hallway, which I surprisingly I can't see. Like I legitimately can't see what's in front of me. Other than that, Kayako is just walking by right now. But hey, you know what? We are gonna go into wherever Kayako goes into later, because we are gonna go into the men's bathroom real quick. I need to go pee because I'm scared. Pee break. If I could actually like do this real quick. There you go. All right. Hopefully I don't 360 my way around. Yes! Oh my god, absolute cinema. Okay, if you actually like hit the corner, it doesn't 360 you around, which is a good thing. Sometimes it would go all the way around and it's gonna be really bad. Time loss, but yeah. All right, here we go. Another one of these like aim your Wiimote at the circle. This one is a lot faster. Also, the more my X is around the circle, or like, yeah, over the circle, the more red it will get on my screen, which I did not want that. But it's kind of fine, I guess. So long as you don't get all like red. Alright, second pin memo. Turn, please. There we go. Alright, look straight. Oh my god! I don't know if anyone could see that, but Toshio's on like Toshio was on the bottom left. He was just peeking. Alright. So now we can actually go towards the if I could actually go. We can go towards the room that Kayako went in. Also a bit of a warning right now. If you don't like mannequins, well, I guess look away for a bit. I don't know, leave the audio on. But look away for a bit because we're gonna get jump scared by mannequins! There we go, there's a lot of mannequins in here. Alright, I gotta pass through. Sorry, lady, sorry. Gotta pass through real quick. And then we are gonna be getting the final pin memo of the run. Totally normal, right? Oh no! Alright. Time for me to shake my Wiimote once again. There you go. Alright, so once I got all the pin memo, it's time for me to leave. Well, not necessarily leave the whole office, but it's time for me to go towards the generator of the generator room, I would say. There we go. And then key in the pin code. But yeah, we got all of it. And this is like the last kind of like, I guess the last hoorah. Because you just had to walk all the way towards the generator room, switch on the power, and then find out stuff is gonna happen again, which we do not like. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Do you have anything to say? Just dice this once again as we look at Toshio.
Ju-on.
Ju-on!
It's
It's
really one of the games of all time. Actually, one of the weird things about this game, I actually do something. This game came out before the whole walking simulator thing really picked up, and it's weird to think about that.
Yeah, this game came out in 2009.
Because these days, every game on Steam, every indie horror game for like the last, like, I don't know, 10 years was this.
Yes.
Because, like, I think PT would get popular in 2014. This came out in, like, what, I think
2009, yeah.
2009.
No, 9, yes. Which is also the same year that another like, I would say walking horror simulator as well, but it's not really walking horror simulator. Calling. Calling was also on the same time as this game as well. But
It was.
yeah. I recommend playing Calling more than this one if you ever want to play like a very
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to play like a good Wii horror game, I would say. But yeah.
Maybe I'll ask every runner today, hey, can you name a good version of the game you're playing today,
You can. I love Calling. I used to speedrun Calling. I really want to go back to speedrunning Calling again once, like sooner or later, but like, God, it's been so long. Anyways, we got to meet Kayako. This is gonna be the final part of the game. Time's gonna come up when I lose control of the main character, but yeah. I guess thank you to Adaptations for making me run this game all over again after, like, this is probably gonna be another 2-year tradition. Welcome back, Ju-on the Grudge 2027, surely.
There's a strong possibility.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
this is the final
still
part.
around by then, you know, it might happen. Don't choke.
I'm trying not to choke.
Yeah, no, this last QT is actually kind of hard.
There we go. And... oh my eyes. And time. There we go.
GG.
That's it. GG. Gonna hang up the Wiimote. Just hang up the Wiimote like that, yeah.
That Ju-on the Grudge. Actually, didn't you PB in this game recently?
Yeah.
See, it all works out.
Yeah. I don't know what my time is right now. I'm guessing my time is like 40 41 or so. 40! Dang! My PB is 40:35.
You were 5 seconds off your PB.
Yes. But yeah, that's it for Ju-on the Grudge. But yeah, I mean, cool game. If you want to spend $200 on a Wii game, you can always buy Ju-on the Grudge. Yay! But yeah, if you want to check me out, I'm Juhorse at JUZURC. I run a lot of horror games, a lot of variety games as well. Like I said, I will be running Rose and Camellia on SGDQ 2025. So, stick around for more mayhem, more bad movies coming your way. You can take it away, Ek.
Thank you. Once again, that was Juhorse with Ju-on the Grudge. If you did like the run, go consider checking him out his Twitch channel. I think it's in the title. Maybe you'll be able to find it around. You can find him there. A lot of fun horror and slapping. Good games. Anyway, for our next run, for just a couple announcements, we do have our Hotfix Summer Merch Collection now live. You can head over to the yeti.com/GDQ, check out our brand new Hotfix shirt, keychain, and sticker pack. And speaking of the summer, we have Summer Games Done Quick 2025, and you get ready for that by checking out our SGDQ ambassadors all throughout the month of June. You can support Doctors Without Borders by joining each ambassadors community in the lead up to SGDQ. You can use !mark SGDQ ambassadors to check out the full schedule. Anyway, with that being said, we'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back from the break. Hope you all enjoy that run of Ju-On the Grudge. If you're listening to that last run, I said it might be one of the best games of the night. I do like looking at a variety of different games, and some games get rather questionable. In fact, this upcoming game, it's a real testament to the runner here, but this may be one of the oddest games that I've ever heard about. And just to kind of set the stage a little bit here, I'm a big fan of a movie. It's called From Dusk Till Dawn. Has George Clooney, as Quentin Tarantino. It's a fun movie if you've never seen it. A lot of twists, iconic movie. They made a video game about it. It's a sequel, and most people don't know it exists, and that's usually a good thing. But now you'll know it exists. Anyway, here's From Dusk Till Dawn, any percent, with VJ Smith. And yeah, you'll see more of that. Take it away.
All right, thanks, Nick. Yeah, so this is From Dusk Till Dawn. So yeah, it's based on From Dusk Till Dawn, the movie, and it's a sequel to it. Just forget everything you know about the movie because this game just jettisons pretty much all of that. So before we start, just give a quick background on the game. So we are playing as Seth Gecko, George Clooney's character from the movie, and we for some reason we came back to the United States, got immediately arrested, thrown in jail, sentenced to sentenced to death, and vampires have now attacked the prison. And we are playing this on easy because this game is ridiculous on high difficulties. Hell is actually impossible. I'll talk more about it as we play on, but okay, I'm ready to start. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So there's 2 cutscenes at the start. I won't be able to show them off because they're just too long. But you can't press escape to skip them straight away. You actually have to wait a second for it to start playing because it buffers the keyboard input first before it actually plays the cutscene. And you get the main menu instead of actually skipping the skip the cutscene. So we're armed with a taser, and our lawyer has abandoned us to be attacked by vampires. There's a cutscene there where we got attacked by a vampire, and for some reason, I don't know were we bitten or not, because the game never really says whether the vampire that kind of push you over or they actually attack you. We need to tase these 2 guys, otherwise this door won't open. And a lot of the game is like that. There's doors that just won't open until you've killed everything nearby. It's very much very bad game design from back in the day of invisible walls and having to do the barest minimum to get to the next section. So this is Brad. Brad is injured arm, but I think his legs are also injured as well because he is slow. He will take his sweet time to walk everywhere. And we need him to open the doors on this section. Luckily, we don't need to escort him throughout the entire game because actually would not be speedrunning the game if this was an entire escort of this speed. And a lot of this early section here is combination of ammo management and trying to manipulate Brad here to walk forward faster. So he's picked up a health syringe there. Brad won't move until vampires are killed near him, except sometimes when he decides he wants to do that. And we're up onto one of our first sections here. So a lot of this is, if we don't stand too far back away from Brad, he won't move at all. And a few of the spawns here are static. Come on. This is not going good. There we go. Yeah. So Brad's sole function for this section is just to open the doors for us. And we're being tasked by a priest, Father Frank, who wants us to go and get to the control room to try and see if we can raise help. And Frank is someone we'll meet later on again. But at the moment, Brad wants us to get a crowbar for him.
Ain't I the lucky one?
And we get attacked by some vampires here. Ammo management in this is kind of tough. That's one of the main reasons we play on easy. Because on Hell, the game turns into a bullet sponge for every single vampire.
Find it.
And also, your health goes down ridiculously fast. I actually don't even think Hell is possible because you don't have enough ammo from pickups. And we're going to see some of the good AI here in the action. So we're going to shoot this guy a couple of times and he's going to run off in fear. And I'm going to shoot this guy once and he dies because the damage in this is completely RNG. And he runs off in fear. So sometimes they actually T-pose here in the corner for no reason.
These guys don't look too cool.
And
You're
we're going to
just
see the
chilling
next
there,
type
huh?
of vampire in a second. Yeah, you'll see that a lot. Now there's going to be a vampire in here called a bruiser. And he can only be killed by headshots. So I'm switching to pistol to save some shotgun ammo. So shoot him once to reset his animation, and then you get the headshots on him. And this room is one of the biggest resets back to intro if you are trying to grind out for anything. There's also kind of an auto aim going on here. It's kind of hard to explain because it's not full auto aim, but the game kind of moves your cursor around a little bit. So when you're trying to get a headshot, it kind of just jumps up just that barest bit and you'll miss a shot. Might be able to demonstrate on Brad here a little bit. It's like, see the way the cursor is kind of just jumping a little bit? Except it'll do that, except it'll jump away from headshots, which is super good. So one of the main reasons we don't mind taking too much damage is we can heal anytime we want to, pretty much. They're health pickups, but also the vampires, whenever we down them, and you can down them by shooting out their legs, you can get a free heal by stabbing them in the leg. So this is a hallmark of every 2000 shooter, a turret section. I'd like to point out, this is not a military facility, this is just a prison on a boat, and there's random miniguns set up on it for, I don't know why. The game does not explain this, and we'll get to see some more examples of how the game doesn't even really know what it's doing with the setting later on. But occasionally we get these slow motions. I actually have that turned off in the game's options, but sometimes the game will turn it back on. There's a lot of jank in this. So I'm waiting for two vampires to spawn on the top here with shotguns, and they signify the second last wave. And after this, we're going to have a cutscene we skipped, and we immediately need to walk forward to try and get a skip in. Okay. One of these guys is alive. There we go.
These bloodsuckers. Don't panic.
Now we skip forward immediately, and there's bullets here going here, and we just close the door, and we're safe. So Brad won't come out until that guy is dead, or we can just close the door on him. But where'd he go? I like to think that vampire died from claustrophobia. So we're going to now see one of the most annoying enemies in the game. Thankfully, they don't show up too often, but they're the snakehead enemies, and they take completely RNG damage. That was actually good for killing them that fast.
Happy birthday.
That wasn't actually too bad. I'm going grabbing some extra ammo here just for marathon safety. If I was going for record, I'd skip that one. And we're now going down into the engineering section to rescue some of the mechanics from the barrels of the ship. So we have a mandatory pickup here for a skip later on. So in this room here, there's actually a flamethrower. Sorry, the game calls it a flame gun in the manual. And there's a lot of stuff in the manual you kind of go, huh. Like, a lot of this stuff is actually unexplained in the manual. Like, there's an entire boss whose name you'll only find out by reading the manual. There's actually a game control that we'll see later on for a boss fight that's only mentioned in the manual. It's not even in the game's key bindings. So just want everyone just to remember this route here. So we come into this room here with the 2 green pools, and we come through one corridor here. We're just fighting these guys. Now I'm hoping up against the wall here. A green vampire's going to jump out now. Hopefully I can dust him instantly. Perfect. And see the R1 door? I want people to remember that for later. So this is the R1 door. And we'll be coming back here later on and we'll see a mild change for it. So this is what I mean about the damage being RNG. These can die in 1 hit or like 5, depends on how the game feels like it. So that's the R1 door.
No mercy.
And there's an R1 door next to that. Just remember that when you come back here later on. So up here is a flamethrower vampire. These guys are absolutely deadly. They will completely wreck your health. And there's a flamethrower guy hiding here. So we sidestep, we tag him briefly with the shotgun, and that turns him around just enough so we can run past so we haven't to actually engage with him. And we grab some extra shotgun ammo here because it's en route. And we're coming up to the first boss fight. We're grabbing some Uzi ammo, even though we haven't got the Uzi yet. Even though you come back to these areas later on, the maps don't actually keep track of the ammo properly, so it doesn't know if you picked it up or not, so it just gets rid of it. So we're going to see a flying vampire here, and this is RNG, and how many shots it's going to take to kill him, because he only dies from shooting him in the heart. That's bad. I'm actually going to heal. And this is Titus. Titus is going to attack our friend Hank. And this is boss fight is on a timer, and I'll actually be showing off the cutscene for him in a second. So because it's on a timer, we're actually going to run around grabbing some extra ammo. We're only grabbing the Uzi ammo and the flamethrower ammo here. And because it's on easy, we don't need to protect Hank too much. I do need to kill the guy with the shield here because he can't kill him. We ignore Titus there and we run in here and we need to grab the Uzi. We can grab it after the boss fight, but again, because it's on a timer, it's faster for us to grab it now and then come back and help him out. And I will do a safety save.
So,
as well as...
go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to safety save here. If for every death and every game crash, I'll donate a gift sub to the to the channel. Okay, so hopefully we won't go up too high.
So,
and we are now going to take on this boss with the taser, because he is completely helpless to attack us as long as we just keep shocking him. We're actually doing no damage to him whatsoever, and now he's defeated by the power of a forklift.
So long, amigo.
He's not dead. By the way, if you look at the cutscene here, he's still alive on the bottom. So he staked him, but he's still alive. I'm skipping the rest of the cutscene because it's just them talking and saying, "Hi, I'm Hank, and just go find engineers." But yeah. Sorry, you're going asking something?
Yeah, so I was wondering, because this game has a notably terrible port. Which was harder to do, learning the game's route or learning how to, like, set up the game?
This game took me an entire weekend to get running casually. And then I didn't touch it for, I think, 6 months after that because it annoyed me so much.
The Addams family.
And then trying to get it running for actually stable for even running it as a speed run wasn't as a chore. Even up until the run has been picked up for the Hotfix show, I was having audio issues where I could not figure out how to get the... Sorry, this guy dropped shotgun ammo, so I was grab it. I could not get the flamethrower ammo to stop making a really bad echoing noise. And then I found out there's a setting that for some reason classifies the flamethrower as dialogue. So if you have the dialogue up loud enough to hear it, it was upping the flamethrower. This guy we need to kind of knock over. We don't want to kill him outright because some vampires, when you stake them, will drop ammo, and this guy is guaranteed to drop flamethrower ammo, and we need it badly for Skip later on.
I also want to mention, I've been watching this run for about maybe 12 minutes now, and I think I heard him say, "I'm gonna bite you like a red-headed stepchild," like 8 times already.
Oh, don't worry, he's a couple more catchphrases in here.
I'm gonna punch your clock. That one.
I also says, "Remember the Alamo" a lot for some reason.
Wait, remember the Alamo? Why?
I have no idea. It's not even the worst of the boys. Like, why aren't you calling me Brad? Come on.
I guess maybe it's because they're from Texas in the original movie, but I thought they were just in Texas. I didn't think they were like from Texas.
So we were about to get out of here and back to the elevator we came in, and then Brad said, "Oh, hang on, I think we hear the engineers being attacked behind us." So, I need to come back up here. Anytime we have a group of vampires in a row, we want to use a flamethrower because it's the fastest way of killing them. And I'm swapping back out to the shotgun and running back. So if we remember the R1 door, we're going to see it again in a second. This threw me off completely when I was trying to do up some maps and routing for this, because I could not understand where I was going wrong. So here's the R1 door on the right, and here's the R1 thing here. That door does not lead back to the start. They actually put the corridor on the wrong end of the map. It's the next door they attached it to.
Sharpen that for me.
I actually haven't been saying what's been happening. So we went down into engineering, and for some reason the vampires decided to take out to put the engines on full while it was still, the anchor was still down, and they ripped out part of the ship. This plot point goes nowhere because after a while the game kind of forgets they're on board a boat, but they never actually change locations. So now we're coming back up to the start area. So this corridor is on the completely wrong door for some reason, because it's a separate map, and they just and the developers just literally pushed it on the wrong copy and paste the map wrong. So we're doing a skip here where we're running past all these vampires. We can take a little bit of hit, it's okay. And there's an elevator we need to open, and there's one vampire inside. Once he's dead and we're inside with no vampires in here, we get we can get to skip to the end of this, and all the vampires are dead. So we do not want to go out through the store at all until all these vampires are dead, because this is actually RNG for spawn. There's another wave will spawn completely differently, and it's much bigger, so we don't want that. And we just need to flamethrower. These guys are standing in the air, as you can see, because quality. And if we run back here, we should be just in time for this door to be opening, and we can hit him with the flamethrower. And talk back to the shotgun before the level ends. So boom. So we've rescued the engineers. We're now going back up to Brad in the control room. Anyway, wait a second. See all the ammo there on the ground? Set just runs all past it for no reason. And we are going to save here because we can actually get a game over. And the game over is because of the AI. So there's some vampires here, and there is Frank the priest. And the engineers here have shotguns. The engineers will absolutely 100% shoot the priest in the back of the head with the shotgun and give you an instant game over, because he is health, it's not much, and friendly fire is enabled. So if we hit the priest, game over. If the AI decides to randomly take a pot at the priest, it's game over.
I'll FedEx them back to hell.
And there's a camera going out of bounds. We actually can't really go out of bounds in this. I did try and see if I find some ways around it. But a lot of this game relies on having an AI partner with you to trigger a cutscene. So even if you could go out of bounds, it wouldn't actually trigger the end of the level. So we currently have a plan where the priest is actually going to bless the water in the station. Please don't hit the priest, please don't. There we go. He's going to bless the water in the station. We're going to turn on the sprinkler systems. Now, he fell through the ground. I've only seen it ever happen once before.
Okay, dumb question really quick. Why is a priest on a prison boat?
He's giving the last rites for the people on death row.
Oh.
But he knows all about vampires, by the way. Every single person in this takes vampires completely in their stride. The fact that vampires are assaulting this prison ship completely, just, it's a Tuesday. That's what they'd be doing.
Also, how many people are on this ship to justify the amount of vampires that you've killed? Because, like, I think you've been shooting a vampire about every 20 seconds.
I think we've killed a lot, and there's more to come. By the way, he will not defend himself whatsoever. He will literally stand there being punched in the back of the head by vampires, and nothing will happen. Okay, I'm kind of worried here because 2 vampires should be coming from there. I'm actually so worried I'm going to save.
Is he just like chilling? What's he doing?
Yeah, he'll stand there till you open this, till you come in here and clear out this door. So here's the water pipes, and he's going blessing the water. And if you've seen the movie Constantine, it's basic. Okay, this is exactly what we did not want to happen. We have an extra wave of vampires have spawned in here, and we do not want this at all. So there's a bruiser vampire is going to come in here in a minute, and we don't want that.
Lord, bless this water to drive the demon from the bodies of these poor souls. I'll FedEx them back to
I have to be
hell.
careful. And see, the aiming is, I'm aiming right at him, but the game is going, no.
Hurry up, Lord.
So I guess another important question. I'll wait till you're done with this section because it seems kind of stressful.
1 second. Sorry. Normally I leave these guys to the engineers, but the fact that Fred took a lot of damage, there's took a lot of damage there, I was not risking. Game over. Sorry, I can say.
Why did you want to learn this game?
Poor life choices, Ecdysis. Poor life choices.
That's a fair answer.
I thought
I
it'd be
can't
funny.
say I judge it. I've learned plenty of games similar.
Yeah. Genuinely, I thought it'd be funny to do it, and somebody is... Where is the guy in here? Missing a vampire. Okay. I'm actually going to quick walk out here first because I have a skip. This has actually been incredibly scuffed for spawns. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Need to shoot this guy dead on because he'll actually walk, and he kind of walks funny. He actually kind of teleports around the chamber. We don't want that. So this is another skip here. If you walk in here and then step back out, you actually trigger 2 waves at the same time, and they're all lined up for your flamethrower. And unfortunately, some of the vampires have weaknesses and some don't. Like the snakehead vampires are completely resistant to basically every weapon in the bloody game. And the bruisers are only venom for the headshots. And there's some weapons we won't even be using in the game because they're just frankly not worth it. So we've killed everybody here, and we're about to try on the sprinkler system, and I'll show us some more examples of the stellar writing. So apparently, according to a source I looked up for this, the game script was done, and they recorded all the voice lines for it, and then they went off and rewrote the script, but never actually bothered to record the voice lines. So everything is kind of Frankenstein together, and we'll have stuff like this happening now, where you get on board this tram car. I'll skip this cutscene and we'll play this line here.
The blood circles will show up and it won't be no picnic. Get in the elevator, quick.
This isn't an elevator, it's a tram car.
I mean, it's going. If it went vertical, I mean, it would kind of. If it's a horizontal elevator.
Yeah. That shotgun ammo on the ground that he walks past but doesn't actually pick up, that one bugs me so much because you need every bit of ammo you can get, and he just walks past it, but it doesn't actually trigger a pickup. But we're coming up against another boss fight now in a second, and it's the boss is actually called Nosferatu. And yes, there's a vampire and it's called Nosferatu.
This is your ticket to hell.
And he is an absolute menace. So some of the bosses here have gimmicks, and this boss's one is he's super speed. So he's basically like the Flash. Here we come back to the enemies having weaknesses. The bad guys are vulnerable to flamethrower, thankfully. I'm actually going to heal. I was actually reload. I wasn't paying attention. So this one will get you killed playing casually. You get that guy will hit you in the back of the head, and then this guy will come behind you, and 2 shotgun blasts in the back will absolutely decimate your health. So there's a little chamber here, and we're just going to hear out the flamethrower. And then in the next room after it, is going to be the Nosferatu boss fight. So I just want you to pay close attention to the strats I use for the fight. So this is Nosferatu. He gets a really cool intro of him jumping around at super speed. And so we run forward, we hold on the fire button, and he's dead. For some reason, he is ridiculously weak to the flamethrower. If you go at him with any other weapon, you will be running around the arena trying to avoid him, these vampires that jump down, and you could do all that, or you could just, if you picked up the flamethrower, you can just run into him and just kill him in 5 seconds.
Gonna have to outdo yourself this time.
And it's easy to miss the flamethrower. Okay. So we're going up against another third section. I will be playing off another cutscene here. And
Look, the Addams family.
we'll meet another survivor, Colleen. And Colleen is locked in this
Well,
side
long
control
time
room
no
here.
see.
Come in quick.
Let's let this play
Okay,
out.
I'll reset the system, but I'm warning you, it'll unblock all the doors. I'll send out a call. Position yourselves at the Gatling. I'll launch the process.
Relax, baby. What's your first name?
Colleen Winter? Why?
Oh, yeah? I thought you were General Patton. I'll go first. Oh, shit. I need backup.
Here we go. Be careful. I don't want you shooting one of my men.
As Jean-Claude Van Damme would say, I am aware.
Yeah, so the voice acting, not great. Why he's doing Jean-Claude Van Damme but doing a voice like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know. But what I did cop for him saying, I am aware. There's another game by Cairo Interactive that you, I think, know, Dices. It's called Virus, It Is Aware. I genuinely think that's an in-joke.
I hate everything about these game developers. I want that to be said.
Yeah.
I sped ran Virus. That game is a crock of trash. That game is awful.
I genuinely think this is worse on the sole criteria that this game is longer for its speedrun. But you might be hearing thudding noises. There's actually a vampire there spawned underneath who is running right at the door. So we're going to see another mini-boss here in a second.
I also
Well,
like how...
I'm-
Hey, what's your first name? Colleen Winter. That's her first name?
Yeah. And then he calls her General Patton. So here's the dog handler. He spawns in semi-transparent dogs. He's very tough, as you can see. Again, flamethrower to the face. If you're wearing a brown trench coat, it must be like made of like the most flammable materials known to man. And as a vampire, you probably shouldn't be doing that. But hey, it makes our life easier, so who are we to judge? No, I'm just going to grab an extra health here for safety. And I'll stab this guy. So not every vampire will drop ammo, but there's a few that's guaranteed. And we need to be very careful in this room because if we... come on. If we step too far in, we trigger a lot of vampire spawning. And this guy here has a grenade launcher. Enemies with the grenade launcher will one-shot you. If you don't get one-shotted, it's because the game took mercy on you. And when you kill them, they explode automatically. Just grabbing the grenade launcher here and some ammo. The main reason we came over here is the priests are telling us that Brad, the guard we were looking after at the start of the run, he's sick and we need to grab him medical supplies. So we've got the medical supplies here, and now we're just exploring for the sake of it because the next boss fight is through here. And we're actually going to be using one of the boss's strats against them.
Is it the flamethrower?
So I will definitely be... Actually, no. We'll be using the power of super speed. Actually, no, sorry, not this one. Sorry, the next boss don't use super speed for. This one, we actually have a setup strat for it. And if it doesn't work straight away, I'll need to reload. This boss is invisible, is only vulnerable to headshots. Come on. Come on. I'm not reloading. There's a strat where you can just side strafe at the very start, and you can stun lock and get an instant kill on her.
There's a bug in the shower.
There we go. That's instant kill. This boss fight is such a pain casually because she has an Uzi too. Her Uzi does incredible damage. I'm sorry, wrong one. Her Uzi does incredible damage. It stun locks you, and she takes a ridiculous amount of damage. The Uzi is the only weapon that actually stun locks her, and it only damages her if it's a headshot, and she's invisible. Oops, wrong button. There should be some flame over here. So that one was a nice find because casually that boss fight's an absolute pain. Also, if you turn on the water, actually to save here because we can actually have a game crash in the next area. So we are. I will treat that as a death that Reloaded did because if I had let it continue, it would have died. So maybe one gift sub so far. So we'll go and grab an ammo here, and hopefully we don't see a game over screen.
I'll give them a group rate.
We're good. So what can happen is one of the engineers there will shoot the other one in the back of the head. You can't stop him doing it. He just decides to do it. And you absolutely will lose a run over it. Saving some ammo here. So this is on some waves, and I need to be very careful for one of the sections here because there is another soft lock I can get in this area. The game has a lot of soft locks. Actually, I'll use Uzi. So the vampire's going to drop down here. I need to wait for him to come off the table and then kill him. If I shoot him when he's on the table, he can fall over behind it and he'll actually fall through the floor. And his count is still alive because there's no actual real fall damage in this game. And this one, and if he's alive, he doesn't trigger this door to open. So hopefully in a few seconds, this door will open and I'll be able to kill everything inside. I'm actually really low on flamethrower ammo. I'm actually going to swap over to shotgun because I needed the flamethrower for another little bit. And we'll hop back to Uzi. So this is the final wave here before we move on to the next area, and we'll be seeing the next boss in a second. And there you. And again, damage is completely RNG between the game moving your cursor for auto-aiming. Oh, also, you can play this game in first person or third person. You want to play this game in third person for the simple reason is the cursor jumping around still happens in first person, so it's even more annoying when it happens.
We have to get away.
So the survivors have held off a wave. By the way, Brad decided to do the hero thing and hang back. And so we got medicine for Brad, and Brad took the medicine and then decided to do the hero sacrifice. So Brad is no longer with us, so F's in chat for Brad.
I'm glad we got the medicine from.
Yeah. And I need to listen to an audio cue here. Ah, crap, this did not go well. Not enough shotgun or flamethrower ammo. Ammo management is very crazy and exact. And I need to trigger this guy. And I need to be actually. I'm going to save here because usually I just spray this through with the flamethrower because there's actually a grenade guy right inside here because the game is very mean. And perfect, we got him. He can turn around and kill you instantly. And now we're going to see the Agile Nurse boss fight. So I'm actually going to quick save here. And we're going to use Nosferatu's super speed against her. So if you press F11 on the keyboard, you activate max pain slow motion. And we can get a quick kill on her if the game is nice. Actually, I'm going to reload that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this one is a tough one to do. Because that's more like it. Game. There we go. I think I'll let her. I should be able to kill her here quickly. Sometimes the auto aim completely messes you. There we go. If you don't use the slow motion, she will jump all around the arena. She'd only be killed by headshots, and and there's an infinite number of those snake vampires will keep spawning. It's an incredibly annoying boss fight casually, but if you turn the slow motion, you can actually kill her ridiculously quick. Usually you can get her straight away, or right as she jumps on top of the doorway in front of you. But that was okay. Take time. I will count this another death toll because I probably would have run out of ammo trying to do it casually if I kept going. So that's 2 gift subs so far. And come on. There we go. And this one is mean. You see the health pack there and you run straight forward and this guy will shoot you and kill you. Grab it. Another mean trick here is where you open this and then these guys will spawn behind you.
That hurts.
I'll actually take the free heal off this guy. And this one is a little bit mean as well. So you open the door and you stand still. If you walk in, this guy will get up. And we also want to kill this guy quickly before he does anything. And then a vampire will spawn up here with wings and got the quick kill. Perfect. So I'm going to be saving again in a second because we're actually going to have another... Did I grab the flamethrower ammo? I did, didn't I? I think I did. I hope I did. Okay, so... I did, yeah, for this. So I'm going saving here because after killing, there's another dog handler mini-boss is here. And after he dies, there's a high chance the game will just crash and skip this cutscene. Ah, it actually went through. That is almost guaranteed to crash. So I'm actually kind of worried now that the game's going to crash somewhere else because that's the most common spot for it. Lucky enough, we don't need to worry about escorting the rest of the survivors at this point. For the rest of this level, we just need to stay alive here until they run out here. And that is the end of this section. So we're going seeing another mechanic starting up in a second, but first of all, we need to grab grenade ammo here for a soft lock fix later on. And we walk through here, Colleen is immediately grabbed by a vampire. And the game kind of expects you to not do that, so it actually always puts her on top of the container. Okay, so we need to escort Colleen, and there's some Marines over here, and these are human Marines, so you'll see vampire ones in a minute. No, I'm just using acid flamethrower ammo here because after this section we won't need flamethrower ever again. These are infinitely spawning, by the way. There's no point helping them out.
Another one bites the dust.
And slowly waiting for her. She actually has an injured ankle, but she only limps sometimes. And switch out to the Uzi. And I will apologize in advance for some really scuffed... I should limp in there now. For some really scuffed sniper rifle section. So this one we just start off by just shooting these guys. It doesn't matter if we kill them or not. All we're doing is waiting for them to get off the platform to start the next wave actually spawning. It doesn't matter if you shoot them or not. It takes about the same time. So this is kind of
Sorry, no prisoners.
random as hell and is ridiculously frustrating. The vampires take random damage off the sniper rifle as well as every other weapon in the game.
Now the trouble begins.
And they can die in 1 hit or 5.
I think my final hour has
And
come.
also I can just keep missing them because I... This is actually more on a timer than anything, so I just need to have a couple of more vampires actually killed. There we go. Jesus, that was awful. They'll never hit you on easy, which is great. That's another reason why this is great to play on easy. So Hank is with this bunch of survivors, and Hank is great for the first part of this because he'll shoot all the regular vampires running towards him. But he won't turn around and shoot anybody coming behind him. So we need to be careful on the second phase of this. Let's cancel a little bit here. He's still alive, but he actually dropped behind the thing, which is super annoying. Yeah, there we go. When they decide to turn around, it's completely random. So you're thinking, oh, I've a shot lined up, and he'll just turn around for no reason. And I need to kill these guys behind Hank quickly, because they'll take a little bit of damage. And also, you will shoot him by mistake because a lot of shotgun guards will run in. And you think, oh my god, there's a shotgun guy in the middle of them. And you take a quick pot shot, and you realize, oh crap, I just killed the priest, game over. Back to intro. So for a speedrun category for this, I actually have saving and loading from crashes is allowed for simple reasons. This game is just not stable. It will crash in the middle of a run. The fact it hasn't crashed so far, I'm actually amazed. So we skip here. And we've got the best weapon in the game, the assault rifle, but we're not equipping it just yet. And we team up with the Marines. And we're going to run forward a little bit and kill these two guys. And then we're going to immediately save. Because we can get another instant death from the AI.
Just kill them all.
Let's see what
So now we have the vampire Marines. They have all of assault rifles. The game is lagging for some reason. There we go. Perfect. It'll fix itself in a second. There we go. And now I have to be careful for the next part of this. You can save in the middle of the sections here, unfortunately. One of these guys are like, oh, for God's sake. Some of the vampires you'll think are dead. You'll move the cursor away from them, and then they'll stand back up. But I have to be careful here because one of these guys can shoot each other in the back of the head. We got lucky there. And that guy will usually turn around and shoot those two guys in the back of the head and instantly game over because they're all critical NPCs. So this is the second last phase in this. Now, lucky enough, these guys are actually really good. They will actually kill pretty much all of the vampires if left to their own devices. Come on. And sometimes you have this. There we go.
Let's go, go, go!
And then this is the final phase of this one.
No mercy.
I wish I could blame the game for like my shooting being bad for this, but no, it's actually just playing this crap. He's still alive for some reason. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to run forward to the end of the ramp here, and then I'm going to save. Because we have a chance of another softlock happening. I found this took me ages to figure out a way around it. So we need these guys to run the entire way through this little complex here. So I have to stand in this spot and wait for these guys to run into me. Then kind of run forward to move them around. And we hope for the best. Yeah, we're good. What can happen is they can all run into each other and then they will never move. They'll just keep running into each other. You can reset them with the grenade launcher, but it's risky because they actually do have health and they've taken some damage off of the vampires. So there's a chance either you'll get an instant softlock, an instant game over, or it'll work. So this area is kind of pointless because the game level ends as soon as you get through the area. So I'm going to save immediately so I don't have to do that section again. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on time.
Sir, yes, sir.
And now we have an annoying thing with these guys. So there's guys on top of the platforms above you. If they fall down without actually getting dusted, they're really hard to actually fully kill. So, and there's another guy here. This vampire is a pain. Sorry, that one is a pain. This one is fine. This guy you can shoot on the way down and he'll dust. This guy is actually invulnerable till he's the whole way down. For no reason. And I'm switching to the assault rifle now because I just wanted to save the ammo for a little bit. So you kind of run forward into the door here and take a step back because the block there will actually grab you because this game is exceptionally well designed. And then this is the last sniping section. And lucky enough, this is actually fairly
Just try and get me.
quick. The only annoying thing is if some of them die in the middle of the fog, it's kind of hard to see to see them. I have to wait for them to stand back up and move before it happens. Okay, and that's the end of the sniping sections in the game. And we do have one more turret section though, so if you enjoyed that mechanic, we get to see it one more time. And we have 2 vampires need to kill here to trigger the guys to move forward. This guy here is really annoying because you kind of have to shoot him through the wall. And if he doesn't die, he doesn't, that's good. If he falls down, it's super annoying because it can actually be really hard to finish him off till he stands back up. So you're just standing there waiting for like 10 seconds for him to get back up.
These guys don't look too cool.
This guy needs to die. I actually want to heal. Actually, he's really low on health. And we run down here to trigger the next area. So this is, you run all the way down here. The door is locked, but wait for these guys to all come down here to verify the door is locked. All of them following us. Perfect. Betty is the one here in front. So she is in full body armor. Just wanted you to remember that for later on. That's Betty in full body armor. And now it's the last turret section, so you run back up because I heard vampires coming behind us. This one is really short. It's only a few seconds. I might have seen that guy jump over the railing, but still actually be behind the railing. And there's a guy there, isn't there? Yeah, there was. I knew it. Okay. So we're following Betty and the other guys here. I'm actually going to save here quickly again because there is 2 marine vampires out here that can absolutely decimate the squad. I'm fine for health, but it's the squad I'm worried about at the moment. And we're going to get a skip here in a second. So we're supposed to do this big epic fight against a bunch of marine vampires and shield vampires and the spawning waves. What we're going to do instead is wait for the cutscene to open, and because we open that door, we can immediately run into here, and we can bypass having to do that entire fight. Game, don't crash on me. Game.
I'll lead the way.
Okay, it's fine now. For some reason, this performance was tanked for no reason. Again, this game is just a joy to play and a joy to run. So we're on the control bridge, and Colleen gave us a disc to change the ship's heading because it's going to run into an island. And we're going to see the head vampire. And he knocks us out. And now we won't see him again for a while, and he took us prisoner. So they put all of us into the sick bay for some reason. Even though we've literally been killing their kind left and right, they leave us. And you'll think the game has crashed here or soft locked. The game wants you to swap weapons and then you can move. It doesn't tell you it's doing that. And the vampires took all of our weapons, so now we need to grab all of these 5 ammo packs you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the HUD.
Great.
So we need to resupply all the guys. So that's these here on the ground. I'll grab this one on the way out. This is actually a stealth section because there's a guy with a grenade launcher at the very far end of of this room, and if we activate him, he starts roaming. And also, we don't get our weapons properly until we go back with all the 5 ammo packs. So it's just an extended game over, pretty much. And also, we do not want the grenade guy roaming whatsoever until we're ready for him. So we come in here and we're going to do another quick save because we are doing a run and hope for it. So keep an eye on health in the bottom left. As soon as it hits about 40 or so, I'm mashing the health key immediately. So I need to get all the way down here and kill the vampire in the corner before he shoots at me. And heal. Perfect. So this door, the exit, is tied to that guy, and it'll only open when he's dead, and we do not want him roaming. So we'll see the cinema now in a minute before I saw the supermarket. So this has Kiss of the Vampire, The Gorgon, and Kiss of the Vampire. So there's 2 movies playing in the cinema. There's only 1 screen though, which is weird. But, oh well. So this is a supermarket. I'd like to point out we're on a prison ship, by the way, but it has a big supermarket here.
Give them a group rate.
And we're going to kill these guys, and hopefully they don't die on the slope. They didn't, that's fine. If you die on the slope, there's a chance they can phase through the map, and we don't want that. I'm grabbing the extra health there for safety. And we're going to see Betty. So last time we saw Betty, she was wearing full combat gear. And now she decided to take off her armor and is now wearing a crop top and some jeans. Personally, if I was going up against a foe that turned me into vampires by biting them, I wouldn't be taking off, body armor. But again, I'm not a trained special forces person, so maybe it makes sense. Let's go and tanking some hits here to go to the cinema. So Betty gave us a task. We need to go out to the cinema, and at the back entrance of it, she left some C4. I don't know why she didn't bring it with her, but we need to go pick it up at the back of the cinema. This guy's a free heal. Oh, actually, we dusted him. Never mind. So we're going to meet another type of vampire here, and it's the Predator Vampire. And this is different from the Invisible Vampire because the effect it makes when it's cloaked is different. That's it. Lucky enough, they don't need headshots to kill them, and they don't run around the arena. And luckily enough, they do not have Uzis. So I'm going to heal here. So we need to come in here quickly and kill all of these guys to make them spawn, and I'm ignoring all the people behind me. And that's him down the corner. We need to kill him very quickly because this door won't open otherwise. And the game is very mean. This guy will spawn in there. Maybe we should have killed him. It's fine. So we are now going to... We got a key card behind that cinema screen. The pathfinding, by the way, is awful. They'll never come down here.
Look, the Adams family.
Like they're trying to run into the glass to get into us. Anyways, we're going to leave them. So there's a couple more Predator Vampires in here, and lucky enough they're on a set pattern, but we want to kill them quickly because we don't want them running off. So one's here. Here's the C4. When you pick up, the game's going to lag. Actually, it's actually fine there. Because the game is actually spawning in 2 more vampires, and it kind of covers that by having a game hiccup for a second. And we're going to kill this guy as well, and the light on the door next to him should turn to green when he's dead. And we're going to save here before we go out, because this is a gauntlet. The game wants you to do combat the entire way up. We are going to run like crazy. That's why we've been stockpiling all the health. And we're just going to be taking punches. We're going to be taking shotgun. We're going to be taking assault rifle. Everything except a grenade. And we got through that part. But it's not over yet. There's still a grenade vampire on the top right there, and we do not want to aggro him, so we're taking a very specific line, and we hope he doesn't activate. He can randomly aggro, and we're hoping we're out of range before he does. Yeah, we've got out there, thankfully that could have been bad. So now we've got Betty's supplies in C4, and she's tasked us, okay, the head of her outfit is Marvin. We need to go find Marvin. And the best way to find Marvin is to go through the entertainment center of the prison ship, by the way, which is a strip club with the band. All of these are vampires, by the way. So you notice we've actually found very few actual humans. Everybody here is a vampire. I knew you were alive. So if everything is done right and I haven't got a soft lock, if we open up this door here and kill this guy, and then I turned around because the DP item is just. As soon as this guy is dead and we come back out, we should see a fade to black. Perfect. If we don't get a fade to black, the door doesn't open, so I'm literally walking around with a grenade thrower trying to get the guy who spawned out of bounds. So what's the name of this nightclub, you might be asking? There you go. That's your tie into the movie. So we have the character set Gecko, and we have a nightclub with the same name as the bar from the movie. That's it. Everything else is just a sequel in name only. I haven't really been talking much of the plot for a while because, honestly, nothing's been happening other than us being tasked to go rescue Marvin. So, come on. Why isn't the door opening? That was sneaky. They're supposed to open the door straight away, but they almost baited me into walking straight into getting a game over.
Why are there tanning beds on a prison ship?
It's part of this gymnasium structure, but it's not the stupidest thing we'll see here in this area.
I was also asked in the chat, why is there a nightclub on a prison ship?
I've asked myself that question several times, and also, why is it called the same name as a Mexican bar, considering we're on an American prison ship?
Wait, they named the nightclub after the bar from the movie?
Yes. Oh, and the vampires attacking us have no relation whatsoever to the vampires in the movie. It's just a completely different set of vampires have decided are involved, and this guy is involved in them again. So this is Marvin. Marvin is elite special forces. He's been held captive for the last few hours by the vampires. He's been tortured. He is pissed. He is ready for action, and he's going to help us take out every single last one of these guys. He's injured at the moment, but Betty has supplies to help bring him back up to speed. But first we need to kill off these guys. Some more Predator ones spawn. And so, unfortunately, there's a soft lock here that happens randomly, and I know it's happened now. So if we look out here, Marvin has stopped moving, and Betty is stuck behind him. He will not move. You can shoot his leg off, it'll actually grow back. You can shoot his head off, it'll actually grow back. So we use this little tool called the AI Resetter. Now, the untrained eye might say, that was a grenade launcher. You'd be right. That's the only way to reset the AI in this game is with the grenade launcher. And I'm going to show you some kind of cool bugs. So you see the targets here? They are only rendered from one side.
Oh. Also, now I want to think about, why is there a grenade launcher on a prison boat?
That I can answer. I think the special forces guys. I think the special forces guys brought them with us, but they really shouldn't. I'm actually going to save here again because the game can give me a game over here. Anytime you hear me saying that, it's usually because a grenade vampire is about to spawn, and if they get a shot off, you just die. So I'm going to try and kill these guys. I'm going to get one more shot off. There's his catchphrase again. And that should be it.
Is that a bar on the left?
Yes.
Behind you, Seth. Stop those bastards.
There's a bar on the prison ship.
And I think the strip club is the more shocking one. The bar I can kind of understand for like the.
So
you
they
know,
have
the
a
warden and
nightclub,
the-
a bar, a strip club, a gymnasium, tanning beds.
Okay, so we're going to see Marvin in action now in a second. So there's some control rooms that the main vampire set is using. Oh god, could have been bad. We're going to see Marvin jump into action now. So he is going to lay explosives expertly across all of this room, and we'll just see him in action here. Oh crap!
We'll get even, Marvin. We'll get even.
There we go. Unfortunately, Marvin didn't make it. Now, some might say that was a ridiculously stupid death, and they'd be right. I laughed so hard when I first saw that because he just gets tossed like a ragdoll face down, and then he just explodes on top of his own grenades. It's stupid. It's kind of hard to be mad at this game because it's more stupid than anything. Like I hate being actually completely negative about bad games because it's usually just some redeeming stuff. And this one, it's so silly and over the top that it's kind of hard to get mad at it for being this ridiculous.
I'm just kind of wondering, like, what were they expecting to accomplish with this boat? Like, this is a really weird setup for, like, a boat. How big is this boat, too?
It's pretty big as well because like there's multiple levels to it. It has its own execution chamber. It has its own dedicated priest. It's able to get marine reinforcements sent down to it. And the whole reason the vampires are attacking this boat is because one of the vampires' brother is actually still human, and he got arrested and put on the boat.
Hey, what do you think of that?
And the
What do
whole
you
reason
mean
the
mad at this
vampires are
point? This
attacking...
boat seems like they're kind of living in high society here.
Yeah. But I can see why the vampires wanted to take this boat for themselves, because, I mean, why take a luxury yacht? It doesn't have half the stuff this boat does. Oh, I was not paying attention to my health. That could have been bad. So we're going to have another boss fight now in a second. And it is the chef. It's actually the ship's commander or something, but I can't remember what it is. So I am going to do a quick save here because I'm going to use actually the slow motion. Why do I have no health? I'm actually going to grab there's a free health pack here, thankfully. I'm actually really low on health and it's kind of worrying. Okay, so I'll wait for him to drop down and then go into slow motion.
I'll FedEx them back to hell.
Okay. Slow motion is like 6 different settings, so you're just kind of mashing it till you get it back off. I'm just hopping the shotgun for a minute here because I'm actually low on assault rifle here. So, okay, so I'm going to save now because there's a good chance I'm going to have to take 2 or 3 attempts at this part. We're still doing good on time, don't worry. But I might have to take 2 or 3 attempts at this part because my health is a little bit lower than I'd like. So we are running like crazy up here to grab a key card. And there's a lot of stuff that can do a lot of damage to us. Where are you? I want to stake one of them there just for the health.
We've got to wire the plastic in the machine room.
So yeah, that's our next objective, is go down to the machine room and put down some plastic explosives. So we're living on with Marvin's legacy. So I was going to save the save here again because health is a factor for another little bit. So a bunch of vampires are going to spawn in here and we need to quickly kill them. And there's another batch going to spawn up here. I actually did not want that steak, but okay, I'll take the health.
Oh, God, that smells awful.
Perfect.
Hurry, Seth.
the guy with the grenade launcher there can actually one-shot you there again, because if he sees you, he will shoot. If he shoots you, you're dead. Even at full health on easy, he'll absolutely just wreck your day. So, and we're going to save again, because we're going to see another. And we now have. You follow me in here for.
We have brief technical difficulties. I think we're. Well, we're having we're trying to fix this on our end. How about I read a couple of announcements that we have really quick?
And I'm back on.
Oh, wait, are we back?
Yeah. Sorry, my network dropped there for a second. It's
No
super good.
worries.
Yeah. Very good. Perfect. Yeah, I'll say again. Sorry about that. My network dropped for a split second. So yeah, we're back in here. So I'm saving again here. And I'm grabbing health. I'm leaving that one vampire alive for a minute, because we don't want Betty moving up forward until all of these guys here are dead. As she'll actually trigger another wave of vampires, and we don't want them up here yet. Perfect. So we should now. I'm going to heal here and swap the grenade launcher. She's up here now, and when we walk in here, a bunch of vampires are going to spawn. Well, I actually knocked her over there. It's fine. She can usually take like one or two hits. And we're very close to the end of the game, so I'm just going to quick save here again, because there's another soft lock that can happen. I'd say, I know I'm saying another soft lock every 5 minutes, but this game really does have a lot of soft locks. This section took me a while to actually route properly, because I wasn't aware of there's actually a way you can do this fast. So we can actually multitask here by killing vampires in a certain order to get her into the room. So she's now planting C4, and we're just going to grab some supplies. So we're grabbing a load of stuff here. The Uzi's the big one we want. And lucky enough, she will defend herself like that guy. She'll dust. That's fine. We do, however, while she's doing that, want to kill the guy in here, because flamethrower vampires are no joke. They will absolutely knock your health from 100 down to like 20 in 2 seconds. And we grabbed the Uzi for the simple reason is we need to save some assault rifle ammo for later.
I'm gonna beat you like a red-headed
when she says be careful, I know vampires spawn up behind me. There's it. And now 2 vampires are going to spawn here. If I'm lucky, they'll both jump down here, which is great. But I also need to be careful, because they will actually. I can shoot her in the back of the head, and she'll die, and back to counts as dead. So while she's messing around with C4 there, I'm coming up here and I'm starting with the shotgun, and there's a flamethrower vampire in this room that we can kill. And grab shotgun ammo. There's a shiny green button there, but we can't press it yet because the game won't let us, for no reason other than the game won't let us. And she's going to tell me there's another vampire to watch out for in a second, and he spawns right here.
Be careful!
Perfect. And she should be running up towards me now. I said, running up towards me. There we go. So we planted all this C4 down, and we've no idea where we're actually supposed to be going next. So this is where I miss Marvin. Marvin would tell us what to do. Marvin would know, but we're kind of swinging this. So we press the green button because now the game will let us, and we have to do a little bit of wave defense, but it's fairly quick.
Take that, you jackass!
And we're now using the grenade launcher. She'll kill him, no problem. And I want to kill this guy quickly because she will die almost instantly if it's a flamethrower next to her. And he's dead.
Yo,
Okay,
let's get
so
outta
she
here.
should be start running towards down here. En route, I'm going to do two saves here. So I want to show off a game bug. So I'll show off the game bug in a few minutes. But so we're in a dark elevator, and Vampir's going to spawn, and you're going to see them literally just dropping straight down. And wait for it to jump in here and activate the elevator. And she's going to start putting down C4 on the walls here. I think there's supposed to be actual stuff there she's supposed to be actually putting him onto, but the game developers kind of forgot to do that, so she's just standing next to a wall panel.
I'm gonna fix you for good.
I have to be really careful with these guys because they charge, and I do not want them charging her. And that should be the last of them.
Well, long time no see.
So I'm just going to do a safety save here on the second slot. And as soon as we trigger the cutscene to the next level, I'll reload and I'll show why we don't save in this section. But as you can see, she's supposed to be putting C4 on the wall. I don't know why she's doing this. Down below in the engine room, you could say, okay, she's putting him on the engines, but this is just crazy. So I'm just mashing here as much as possible to action to trigger the level end. And I'm just going to save over this one, and then I'm going to load the save we just made on the previous level. So when you load, the elevator has no hit collision detection. You are now soft locked. If you've been using only the one save slot all along and you were safe scumming that entire section, you'd be dead. And you'd have to go back to intro. So we are very, very close to the end of the game. We have just 2 levels left, and they're really short.
The dust.
And over to grenade launcher. Of course, one of them is still alive. That's one thing about the invisible ones, it's really hard to see when they're actually alive or not. I am saving again because there are some grenade vampires here and there's a chance a skip won't work. So I'm killing 2 there. There's a nurse up behind me, so I'm killing her. And then I am spamming grenades at the door here as I run towards it. And hopefully the dog handler in here will be on the ground and will let me... nope. Oh, I got it. Sometimes he goes through the door, like he did there, and you can't actually get him. And we're up onto boss fight. Which is not the final boss, but it is the second last boss. So this is the first time I actually get to hear the main boss's voice.
I've got the transmitter, Seth. You're screwed.
Yeah, so he's after taking the transmitter, and he sounds like a complete tool. But so this is Leroy is his actual name. He's a woodcutter, and we have a strat for killing him that hopefully will work. It's not 100% consistent, so we want to bait him into running at us.
You like a red-headed stepchild.
Bait him into attacking there, and then we kind of hope we get him locked on the table. Nope, didn't work. So unfortunately, he only is vulnerable when he's walking. So we kind of need to bait him, and if you're very careful where we actually bait him as well, because if he lands too close to Betty, he'll actually kill her in one shot. And now we're on the final run to the last boss. So time is coming up very shortly. So it's almost done, as you can see. Although that actually kind of looks more like it actually is done, judging by. No apologies, that's the moon. So a lot of time is going to pass by in a few minutes because it's going to be done. And this is just getting back up to the control bridge, and we got kidnapped at earlier on. So we're running like crazy. You can try and shoot backwards running up here, but it's faster just to come up here and shoot them. Anytime you're killing vampires on an elevation, it's really annoying because you don't know if they're dusted or if they've just fallen down injured like that. One of them's alive. Which one? He's still alive. Thank you, game. We killed these 4 vampires, and then we enter the boss arena.
Just try it, kid.
Okay, there's the final boss. We are running like crazy to the back of the arena because he actually won't come back here. And we need to kill all of his minions. Time is coming up very, very shortly. Unfortunately, the game is messing with us with the auto aim. Game.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning, asshole.
Game.
Happy birthday.
There we go. The auto aim is god awful. And we're going to shoot out the shutters and then get one shot on him, and that's time. So give us another 5 seconds, I'd say, and he's down. And time.
GG.
And now I get to watch cinema. That's it. That's the ending cutscene. Butt explodes. Job done.
What a game,
And
huh?
I'm going to deliberately crash because the cutscene at the ending credits just flicker. But yeah, that was from Dusk Till Dawn. Thanks for having me on it, guys.
Absolutely. Also, I don't think the game crashed, did it?
It didn't, which I'm amazed at because it's almost guaranteed to crash once for definite, and usually crash 2 or 3 other times. But I still had 2 deaths, so I'll still donate 2 gift subs as soon as I can alt-tab over to.
Yeah. And
to the chat.
pretty much on the estimate, we had the one stream drop. So if it wasn't for that, it would have been like right on estimate. So yeah, good run.
And that's showing off with some extra cutscenes. Yeah, thanks.
Before
Cheers.
we do go on to the next game, if anyone did want to find you, where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on twitch.tv/VJSmith. You can find me on YouTube as Captions on Gaming. If you're actually on Nick Dice's Discord, you'll probably find me find me there as well. And this one, two shout outs. One is to Duo, the previous one here. He's actually been really supportive of me doing speedrunning, and also Punchy, who got me into running in the first place. So, thanks.
All right. Well, thank you once again for that run of From Dusk Till Dawn. It is certainly one of the games of all time and a very interesting interpretation of the movie, as they might say. Before we go to our next run, just for a few announcements, we do have prize submissions open for SGDQ 2025. You can visit gamesdonequick.com for more info on that. We do always have the hotfix stuff coming on up, so if you're ever curious, you can check out the week's schedule and explore the full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. And as well, if you ever want to catch up on past shows, special events, marathons, and more, you can go on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you're watching us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to on the video. Anyway, we'll be right back very quick with our final game of the night. All right, everyone, we are back from the break, and hopefully you've been enjoying the game so far tonight. We have one more game for you. This one, I guess, funny enough, I think we've had it on before. It's a little bit more well-known, and it's nice kind of wrapping up of the night in a way. If you don't know this game, I think, will probably enjoy it. This is Skull Island Rise of Kong, all bosses with Sweetola. Take it away.
Alrighty, so this is Skull Island Rise of Kong. If you've not seen this game before, then you're in for a treat to end off the night, or start of the morning, wherever you are in the world. So this game's great, it's amazing. Obviously, X picking cinema for tonight, so without further ado, gonna start a new game, so timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. So this game came out in October 2023. And was received really well. It was fan favorite game of the year, 2023. Nothing bad at all about it. Isn't that right, Ek? You know, this game was amazing.
Yeah.
You sound very sarcastic then. That's a great game. You know, this Kong is great. No, I'm obviously joking. This game came out and was hated, and for some reason, after watching Ek play the game casually, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And after 150 hours later of playing this game, and it's been worth it. You know, I've played it more than any of the devs probably intended it to be played. But so far, we're in the tutorial. We just did skip at the start there, and we want to get as many of these little dialogue options as much as we can. So at the moment, we're playing as Mama Kong, and we're going to take some damage here. This is important because this is the tutorial, and right now we want to take as much damage as we possibly can because of the final boss. I'll explain more when we get there, but for the most part, it's just take some damage, and I am... So far, this is quite bad, but it should be fine. Oh, never mind. I took one too much damage. Oh well, that happens. I'll try again. Oh well, that's fine. Get the dumb stuff out of the way first, then we'll be fine. It's because the first dice roll missed the first hit on me, and I was kind of second-guessing it, but it's fine. But yeah, so we've got these like dice rolls, they take damage to us, and we've got to get Kong low enough so we can kind of go through. So we're going to take more damage again, and I should be fine the next hit. I'm gonna... this is fine. Bit not as low as I like to be. We wouldn't have to get 2 hits, but that's fine. We're at a good safety margin, just in case to take more damage. And we are going to go up this rock and go out of bounds, and just behind us is 2 guys chilling. They are chilling, they're happy. That's all that matters. I'm going to climb up here, and now we're out of bounds. We're on top of the map, and we're going to be skipping a large part of the game. If you obviously can see to the left of Kong, there's a wide, vast forest of green. And, obviously, you're not meant to be here, so that's why, you know, it's there. You know, why would they put more trees out there? But then there's trees in the far distance, which is strange. Anywho, we keep on following the path that's up ahead, which is straight through. And to get back inbounds, there's like 2-way invisible walls. So instead of like most games where you go out of bounds, you can kind of go back in bounds because, you know, the devs put the walls as like one way. So it's like if you're in the map, you can't go out. However, with this game, they're two way. So we have to make our way through and also just go out of bounds. So we're going for a particular path that will get us back in bounds, which is easy enough. So we keep on going over the top here, and right ahead now we are going to jump off the ledge and melee. What the melee does is just cancel any full, like, staggering animation. And we're going to keep on dashing our way through, and we're almost at the end of the tutorial. We've got some little dinosaurs up ahead here, and a vine. Vines in this game are very awkward because they can't actually softlock Kong. As from the Dusk till Dawn run, I think the last one was, has a chance to softlock. Kong can softlock on anything. So we can be like on a boss, Kong could just jump awkwardly onto some platform, you can hit a ledge wrong, and there's that. So that's the first tutorial boss. You cannot defeat Gar at the start of the game. The game has a hard-coded little end trigger, which is basically, hey, you're at a half HP, you just die. You can, kind of take no damage in the first area by kind of jumping on a tree, and then Gar just looks at you really confused, and you just chuck rocks at them. But there, that's the tutorial. Now we're on the way playing as Kong. We're playing as the man. This is the big man Kong. At the moment, he's like just woken up. He's a bit angry, so obviously the slightest noise disturbed him. So Yuja, the first boss, decided to wake him up. So Kong is not happy, so he's going to have some, stern talking to them, telling them, hey, don't be screaming at 5:45 in the morning on a Thursday. That's not very nice of you. I had to look what time it was there, because I didn't know. Anyway, we're in a first Ascension event. This Ascension event is very cool. We are going to go on this rock, and we're going to jump out of bounds. And, yep, we are escaping the Ascension event, and we escaped it. These are very common. These are used to level up Kong. So, throughout the game, there are, like, multiple different Ascension events. You get them to help level up Kong and become stronger, become a bigger Kong. You have more power and all that stuff. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is just jump at the top, jump out of bounds, and make our way over the top here. Because, again, the game has invisible walls, and there's stuff there. So we are going to jump up here, fall down to this ledge, and then jump again, melee to cancel, and then there we go. We have skipped the Ascension event. Now the game's in this weird glitch state where we can't kind of save because the game won't allow you to save in the events. So what we are doing now is making our way to the first boss. I'm jumping over this ledge here to not spawn in the enemies. It saves a second, I believe, but it skips a little slowdown and other stuff, so it's fine. And now we're into the Gija boss fight, and what we're going to do is find a particular spot and do some damage to Gija. She's going to dive down, we're going to go back and deal as much damage as we can by dashing into them and meleeing. We're going to stand there, spawn a rock, and then run away, and then go back in, stand over them again, and rinse repeat. I promise it's not intentional, we're not trying to make something rude here, it's just position of rocks. They're very important rocks, placement. So you're just going to spin, hit a rock, and we can animation, dodge it by standing in a particular spot. So that's what I kind of line myself up to do, is try and get myself in a particular spot with the rock and Gija. This will allow me to ultimately not take damage, and I was just out of range of it there. Unfortunate. But it's fine. We got around the first phase of Gija, and we're going to keep on doing damage to Gija as best we can. I'm going to stand on top of it now and kind of do a little glitch here, which is fine. Unfortunate. Gija's going to dive down, we're going to scream at her, tell her no, and then she's going to go to the side here. This skips a part of the attack and a phase. That was stand by Street by accident, I think. He just screamed. Oh well, Street Back guy found it. And it was just the most random thing ever. But hey, this game's weird, and, any skip works. So Gija's now learnt the lesson. She doesn't, stagger herself now after the turn into rocks, so she kind of gets this. However, we can still abuse it. We can still abuse the rocks. And that is the first boss fight done. Which is very nice. we now unlocked Primal Rage, one of Kong's many abilities that he will unlock through the game. And if you want to know, yes, you can skip that boss fight. It turns out by abusing the rocks in the game, you can actually make it so Gija just lets you out. You can just jump out the fight. And it was the final thing we had to skip to make it so 90% was just extremely just one boss. It also led to the reverse boss order skip, or not skip, like kind of category that Schmumbler runs, which is a very interesting category. So if you have not seen that, I'd recommend watching it. Anyway, Never Ascension event. This one's very important. I do not want to take damage here. If I do, then I'll be a bit unlucky. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I think I take damage here. Oh no. I'm fine, I guess, unless I don't mess up this bit now. Now I gotta do a jump, which I'm gonna try and... Ah, no, okay, that's fine. Got rid of the save. Damn it, can't show a glitch off. That's fine. That's fine. So Kong was in a glitch state with Primal Rage there. There's a glitch that Ek found, which sadly can't show, but hey, I got backup strats, it's fine. That's why we show old stuff off. That's fine. Also I got to take damage, that's all good. I'm going to go the old way. I'm going to go the old trusted way of going backwards and not trying to do that ledge. But basically, the second boss in this game had an interesting bug with its AI. And what happened with the boss is if you take damage, at all during the boss fight, you gain your Primal Rage back. However, if you reload the save, or take that, or do anything like that at all, Kong loses it. But for some reason, in the most updated version of Kong, which is not the version I'm playing on the Day 1 patch, which has some things like that glitch available, which makes all bosses better for speedrunning, and keeps a few things which are really like handy and stuff. They somehow patched the glitch. I think it was just unintentional, which sucks because it's something that Ek has obviously found and obviously gets patched, which just gets commented for Ek, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it happens a lot more than you think.
But again, it's a cool thing. It's a cool little glitch. If you watch any of the like Kong or Bosses World Records, you can see the glitch in action. But if you are an achievement hunter and you want an achievement for Kong, you can follow this here. And unironically, I'm surprised I remember where to go. It's been a while since I've done that way, but hey well. Anyway, second boss fight. Now, if you want an achievement and you want to be a boss that's taking damage, you go to this rock here, and you launch rocks. And this way too, you have the safety of the wall, you can keep chucking rocks, and that is how you get an achievement. Fun fact, they have actually removed the rocks in this area for some reason. If you play the most updated version, this won't work, but you can do something similar. If you're on Day 1 patch, or have a disc copy of the game, then go for it. You can get this achievement, it's super easy. But there's other bosses you can do it with. But yeah, in the updated version, they removed these rocks for some reason. No idea why. They also updated the minimap that actually makes somewhat sense, which was the biggest scare to me in the world. Anyway, Crab's going to move over here. And then again, we're just going to line stuff up, have protective of rock, and just chuck more rocks at the boss. And this is all the boss fight really relies to. We would either be meleeing the boss, or, because it took damage and went the safer way, we are chucking rocks at the boss. So we are just, again, throwing the rocks, dodging the rocks. I'm pretty sure in this fight, it was, like, intended to be, like, you try and, like, dodge the rocks, go up close and melee the boss, I guess, or do something. I don't know, I just chuck rock. Anyway, the last one rock and the boss is dead. There we go. And we got some skill points now, so I'm going to go through and make my rocks bigger. So we have more powerful rocks. And now we are going to exit into the third area of the game. Also, the weird thing is about the upgrades, you would think the thing that gives more damage in there, but no. The more damage option basically gives more defense, and the more defense option gives more damage. It's really strange, but then again, this game is weird. So right now we are going through the third area of the game. We're going to try and avoid crabs and the dinosaurs. Also, when it comes to dashing, I'm trying to avoid dashing into enemies or anything that will deal damage to me, because it will mess up the camera, like that flower did there. Just because I'm a bit too close to it. I'm going to try and go for a little skip by here. It saves like a few seconds if I get it. If not, then I'll go the other way. But again, oh, there you go, fish right. Oh, no. Oh, come on. I'm sad. God then. There you go. First try and second try. Easy. Not even close. So right now, I'm going to make my way up the hill here, and we see a cave. We are going to climb up this rock here and enter the third boss fight from behind. Now, don't do this if you're going for an achievement, because the game glitches out. I will not give you the achievement. So if you're an achievement hunter, don't go this way, play the game normally, and you unlock it. I should know because I still have not got this achievement. For some reason, I just never went the normal way. I've always done it this way, and I refuse to get the achievement because I think it's funny. So again, dashing through, we're going to go through all the jungles, all the way through, and go to the third boss fight. This one is an interesting boss fight because it has an interesting mechanic. You're not fighting one boss, not two bosses, but three bosses entirely. So we are going to keep on dashing our way through here, through the little trees, and skip the cutscene. And the bosses are spawned in, there's the alpha, and the game has pretty confused me then. So we're going to jump up here and climb up here. Now, we are going to stand up close here. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Come on, game. Don't be like this. I'm trying to get the angle right now because the one boss is, like, awkward. There we go. Hey, there we go. So yeah, this is how you deal with the third boss in the game. You just stand on top of here and chuck rocks, and if you're wondering, am I hitting the bosses? Well, yes, clearly. Even though it doesn't look like I'm hitting them, I am hitting the bosses now, and there goes the Bravo. Alpha will be dying any moment now. And we are going through this actually surprisingly well, considering that I had to, like, chuck the rocks in a random spot, which is fine. But, you know, Alpha's almost dead. We're going to get the Omega to as low a health as possible. And then I'm going to jump down and start meleeing him for a bit, so... It just takes a few seconds. Right. This game had an infamous cutscene. And I think a lot of people will know what this cutscene is. But I like showing it off, so... There's a white cube there, and Kong's looking around. There's a foot. There's another foot. Kong's looking away. It's a PNG! Ah, spooky PNG! Yeah, for some reason, that cutscene was like in the game. And it's... I think it's like underneath the map or somewhere like that. And it just gets obviously called upon and all that stuff. And if you want to know, in the most updated version of Kong, has that been updated? Yes, it has actually been updated to where it actually stretches over the screen. So, what I mean by that is they've actually made it so it fills the whole screen. It's still a really bad JPEG, but it is what it is. Anyway, Kong is now all grown up a bit. He's a bit bigger of a Kong. And if you enter the 4th or 5th area, the normal ways, you will become a bigger Kong and be a lot bigger and stronger, which is fine. Anyway, so we're going to jump up here and kind of go through this whole area. This entire, like, section here is a massive maze. It is very, very much very confusing from, like, just a casual standpoint. Just because there's a lot of twists and turns and other stuff like that. But, again, it is relatively simple. And also, I should say arachnophobia warning if you have scared spiders or anything. Just because this area is massively full of spiders, so... yeah, I'd say give it like a couple of minutes, just listen to the audio if you have arachnophobia and whatnot. I should really said that beforehand. Because there are like big spiders here, and they're not the scariest thing. It's not like grounded levels of scary, I would say. But they're still, if you have it, just Safety. Should have said it before. Whoops. Whoops. My bad. Anyway. Game of Vines. We are going to just leap on them. We've got the leap ability now. From beating the 3 little, like, raptors and stuff. So that's fine. Gonna keep going down. Trying to avoid these ones that shoot the cobwebs at us. Because if we get stuck in those, we get staggered for a bit. Which is not very good. I am going to avoid these guys as best I can. And we are going to make our way through this level as best as I can, avoiding as many enemies as possible. And should be a-okay. I'm gonna jump here, and then I can jump over and avoid the spiders and the little dinosaurs. So far, so good. I have not soft locked yet, or stuck my toe anywhere yet, so that's fine. Now that I said that, I've just jinxed myself, so I could be entirely wrong. If I have jinxed myself, then... oh well. Anyway, keep avoiding the spiders. And this area has like 3 different types of spiders. It has the leaping spiders, it has the little tiny spiders, and the ones that shoot the cobwebs. So, there are those there, which is... they're alright. Anyway, it's our favourite friends, the birds. They're back. And they are going to stop us from ascending to being a good Kong, I guess. Let's make over here again, like that. There we go. I was a bit unsure if I can leap over there from that. That's something that, while watching the current world record by Schmumbler, he does there, which I didn't realize was a thing. I remember, like, used to leap up somewhere, but... there we go. And now, we're gonna keep on going through. There's another spider there. They just spawned in, and he's gonna leap. I'm gonna jump past him. And... oh my god, my phone's going off. My alarm is... whoopsie daisy. Right, I could probably still get that quickly, but I'm going to try and hit the cutscene for the boss, and then I'm going to go quickly try to turn my alarm off. I do apologize! Because... yeah, time usually wake up this time, so... I guess if Ek wants to commentate for a bit whilst I trying to go through this would be great.
Sounds good. Yeah, this is the spider cave. It's a cave. But it's probably the level I think most people get lost in when they play it. Which, I don't think we talked about it much, but especially considering this is down patch, something even funnier. This game has high-quality decisions, like not giving you an actual map. Most games have a map that kind of tells you where to go. This game added it, I think, like, several patches in, but we have to down patch the speedrun anyway, because otherwise bosses take a lot longer, so... you pretty much, if you don't know where you're going to get very, very lost, because there's not a good way of knowing where to go. You just sort of fumble your way through, which is accurate for this. Luckily, the problem only really exists in all bosses, because in 90%, you actually skip, like, every single level of the game. It's like a 15-minute run. Apparently it's less, but, like, let's say on average, about 15 minutes. But this way, you're going to see more quality gameplay. Something that's not mentioned either is a lot of games give you motivations as to, oh, why are you fighting all these bosses? This game's weird. Most of the story is Kong wants revenge for his parents getting murdered by Gaw the Raptor, which that makes sense. But all the other enemies are just, like, there. Like, I think we broke into this, like, boss's house and we're messing up the place. The first boss apparently annoyed Kong according to the achievements. Like, that's why you fight him. He was annoying, which, yeah, understandable, I guess. And most of the bosses just sort of have that kind of vibe. That being said, I guess it's kind of hard to dictate the motivations of a giant ape. Anyway, we're mostly making our way through the cave normally, but we do actually have a pretty big speedrun skip coming up. Just, you know, the whole cave. Also, wait, it's good. Did the game break? I'm not sure. You never really
There's
tell
only
with
so much
Kong.
I could take off the Samsung default alarm sound before I go insane. But cheers, Zach.
There we go.
Yeah, to be fair, it was like on the other side of my room charging. I'm just like, I'll be fine. It should like tell itself to stop in like 2-3 minutes. But then it got louder and louder, and I'm just like, okay, that's bad. Sorry for putting you on the spot, Ek. I was just like, oh,
And
it
no
just stopped.
worries. Yeah, here's the skipper I was talking about. So this is going to skip like major portion of the level.
Yeah, this makes it so that we don't go through the maze area of the game. And that's there. But yeah, this is Bounds still on top, and I think Schmumbler found this as well. Like, a lot of the old bosses stuff was found by Schmumbler. As Ek mentioned, the game has an 8% speedrun that's like 15 minutes. And if you want to know how that happened, I got lost. That is the honest truth to, things where people go, oh, how do speedrunners find these, like, skips in games that fully break them? 9 times out of 10 it's by accident. And I can contest to that. Because of Kong. Which was funny, because I remember Ek was, like, really happy about Kong. He was like, oh, it's gonna be a cool speedrun, got all these bosses and everything else. Idea about Twitch Kong Las Vegas or San Diego? Like, in
Around
2023? Yeah, it was like one of those two, and then I broke Kong, I'm sorry. And then, like, more things happened, and it was just like, oh, but Kong's even more broken, Kong's dead.
Also,
sorry.
a lot of people like to ask this because obviously it's a little bit weird, but horror is a very broad genre, and something that's very often forgotten in the world of horror is kaiju, giant monster movies, and the like. So Godzilla, King Kong, really, the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, anything like that falls under the realm of horror, and all the like subsequent add-ons that might even come from that. A lot of people tend to forget, like, all these started as, like, horror franchises, and, depending on how it goes, it might be kind of iffy, but no, it's in the umbrella.
And it's like anything can be horror, to be fair. It's just, like, depends what you find spooky.
There's kind of the classic meme that whenever anything kind of becomes high profile enough or good, it stops being horror, because people don't like the word horror being with good. Not saying that, this game is good, but the Kong franchise is pretty big, so it's like, oh, it's not horror anymore, it's too big. It's like, oh. It doesn't work that way. It's not. This isn't like a hipster album.
You could say because it's not horrible, it's not horror.
Honestly, I've had so many people tell me things aren't horror. If I listen to every person who says that, it would be horrible. My favorite one was someone told me that the Resident Evil games aren't horror.
Are they okay?
I once had someone tell me that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not horror.
Yes, no, that's kind of the family-friendly PG.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people get really weird on the definitions. Anyway, boss, Queen Oyak.
Yes. Yeah, I did realize one afterwards. This was what I was trying to get to before I tried to turn my phone's alarm off, and I think I got another one in like 14 minutes, so I think we should be fine. If it does go off, I have got it prepared. I'll be a good person and play this game one-handed to turn off the alarm. Which is fine, because all I gotta do is chuck rocks and move. But yeah, this is how you beat the boss. Fun fact, this level can crash a game. Why? Because if you have the game on low, it crashes. So we have to play the game on medium or higher to actually make it so the game doesn't crash. So that's one of the many great things with Kong. This boss fight is kind of like down to a mount. So it's like every 10 rocks down is 1 rock up. So you can kind of loop it. And this is like the only boss that doesn't have a cutscene or something for like the phases or something, which is weird. So again, just throwing rocks because rock is friend, rock is good. And I am missing all my rocks there. That's cool. The music's changed now, so Oya will come round. She'll start walking towards us, and then we just keep chucking more rocks at her. And there we go. Keep chucking rocks, and that will go down. I have no idea how this original boss fight's meant to go. I've just always done it like this. I think you were to chuck rocks at the top, deal with spiders down below, and try not to die. I think that probably summarizes it best. But what we're doing here is just, again, chucking rocks. Good time. Good fun. Good rock. And... just the final rocks coming through. There we go. Yay! Oh, no, hang on. Yay, there we go. And that is the final, like, mini-boss before the final boss. So now it's in the red mist. Kong is very mad now that he has to go and deal with this next area. And very spooky. Right. So we're in the final area of the game. We're in the wasteland. As you can tell, it is red. So therefore, it is very evil and bad. We are going to do a little bit of a skip here. This skip's just going up a bit of the side of the wall. It just saves like a few seconds, but it's cool. We kind of step our toe on the ledge and dodge, and like kind of jump up around there. Surprised I got a first try. But it's kind of like usually I take a few seconds there to kind of get lined up and stuff. But first try is always good. Right now I am making my way through the wasteland. I've got a little bit of parkour. Again, this game is amazing, has a fair bit of parkour, and is very, very good. Like that. We've got some ledges, more vines. Again, leaping into vines to save for like a second or two to not have a bad time. And also with vines, we're not climbing up them, we're just jumping up them. That's slightly faster. So, right now we are going through here, and it turns out the dinosaurs are fighting. They're having disagreements. So, we are just going to let them fight, hash it out. It is what it is. They can sort it out on their own. We're not going to help them because they're mean, they bite us. They're not fans of Kong. Oh, there's a dinosaur there. Come on. Go on the ledge, and then... oh, nope. Come on. Oh, there you go. My camera's actually better now. That's good. Okay, don't know why they didn't work the first time, but whatever. Anyway, we jump over the wall. That jumping over the wall despawns all the enemies, and we don't have to go around the side there, which is good. So, up next, we've got a very interesting skip. So we have to skip another Ascension event. Now, this one is a bit awkward. If I get first try, then I'll be amazed at myself. I'll definitely buy myself a cookie, because it'd be great. Oh, I messed up. Ah, damn. But if I actually land it there... To be fair, warm up. Right, on this attempt, I will do it, and it'll be fine. And if I get this one first try, then I'll get myself a cookie. Hey, I get myself a cookie. Yay!
Oh, favor.
Redeem myself. I bribe myself with cookies, and it works. If anyone knows what type of cookie, I have no idea. I'll probably just pop in Tesco and see what cookies they've got. Or I'll go Greg's and see what they have.
You have to tell the guy at the register I've earned this. I landed first try in Skull Island Rise of Kong. I've earned it.
To be fair, in like work, I was just made a note going, I want a cookie after this. So I just did something that took me a while. I was like, I want a cookie. So I will get myself a cookie. But yeah, we're in this cave area and we've got ledges. We've got more vines. And yeah, just going through, dodging stuff out, hopping over, good old Kong stuff. And we're gonna have some dinosaurs up ahead here, and they're gonna block the way. That's fine. I want to keep it going through. What we gotta do next is jump up on this rock here and jump over, avoiding that vine because it despawns all the enemies that spawn in this area. For some reason it does that. It's strange. Reason why, no idea. So again, we're gonna try to get on this ledge here. And I'm just... I just jump up here. I'm blaming the tidiness there, because my brain just went, I jump here? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to keep on going through and dashing through. I'm going to try and avoid to take damage here. Again, this is our very final Ascension event. Fun fact, this Ascension event is bugged because one dinosaur spawns behind the red wall, right up ahead of us. So, what we are going to do is go always to the corner here, jump up, and then run to the corner, jump. And we're going to jump up the top, around the sides, and all that good old stuff. Jump here again, and then up and over. So, we are now skipping the Ascension event. We are now on our way to the final boss of Skull Rise of Kong. We are going against Gar, the one monster that killed our mother all so long ago, whilst Kong has been battling through puberty. Anyway, let's go. She's spooky. Run away. We're gonna go right here, jump up, turn around to these bones, turn around, and then rock. And this is the final boss. Could you deal damage and use melee against her to kill her? Yes. Would it be faster? Probably not. But anyway, we just chuck rocks at Gar, and this is the final boss. This has been like kind of the weirdest thing. Originally, we would just like suicide into Gar. However, rocking against Gar is fine. Hey, I did the thing. That's great. I timed it well. If I don't scream or yell or roar or whatever Kong wants to do there, I get stun locked for a few seconds, and that just saves time. Ideally, that would not happen. It would just not do that animation at all. So, anyway, time's coming up when Gar's health hits 0 when the cutscene plays. So, time.
What a game, huh? What a game.
This game is great. It also has really great DLC. So, there's that. Man, have I got time to show it off, the DLC? Like for this? Would you say, or...?
Sure. Oh, you can probably skip the cutscene though.
Yeah, let's go skip the cutscene and show it. So yeah, this game had paid DLC. And it's great DLC. So if you go to extras here, and you go to visuals, you've got different ones like themes for Kong, which is all fine. So like Rage, for example's on, and you got skins. Like Balscott Kong, Classic Kong, Mother Kong, Father Kong, Albino Kong, Brown Kong, Rage Kong, Ancient Kong, Cute Kong, and Seppi Kong. So, yes, they're all brown. Yes, they're all brown. Oh, you want brown Kong, eh?
It's like $10 and you get like 8 skins that are just brown
Got
Kong.
you, right? I got you brown Kong. Anyway, yeah, also, I put a visual effect on. And, if you want to play the game with your eyes hurting, there you go. You can have it red. This costs extra money.
Skull Island: Rise of Kong, everyone. Sweet, if anyone wanted to find you, where can they find you?
If this is interesting to you and you want to see more of my random shenanigans, twitch.tv/SweetOla, and same on YouTube. But if you're interested in speedrunning bad games, check out the Bad Run Club. It's a community of people who play bad games. Every month's a new bad game, and we play through them. It's good fun, good laugh. Doesn't matter if you're an expert speedrunner or someone brand new. Come join, it's fun. To play bad games for like a month, it's great.
Alright. Well, thank you once again for that run of Skull Island: Rise of Kong. If you have not checked out Sweet Ola, you can find the name in the title. A lot of fun, bad games, horror games, stuff like that. So hope you all did enjoy that run. And hope you all enjoyed this episode of Speedruns From the Crypt. That has been the show. It's always fun to have a bad movie game night. Bad horror movie game night, I should say. I do want to give props to our other show. If you do like more awful games, you do have Awfully Silly. It is another show in the GDQ roster. A lot of fun, awful games if you've not checked out that show. As well, before we go, so we have a couple things. Thank you to anyone who does support GDQ Hotfix with any subs, Prime Gaming, gift subs, bits. It is very much appreciated and does help keep the show going. We also do have the GDQ Discord with the Hotfix role that keeps you up to date on upcoming events, chatting with staff, and more. And you can use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information on that. Anyway, I believe we'll be back in about 2 weeks. I think we have one more show before SGDQ. I know it is coming on up, but we should be back in about 2 weeks. I've been Neurosic Dices. If you ever wonder how I run these things, you can check me out, somewhere on the screen here. My name is around there. So, hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day and or nights. If you didn't miss out on our Hotfix shows tonight, we'll be having a replay of both Crosshair and Speedruns from the Crypt coming on right after a break, and you can tune in to tomorrow's show as well around the same times. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night, and take it easy.